It's your first look at Forrest football as we get set for tonight's matchup. Coach's Corner with Coach Eli Stevenson, player interviews, our interview with the Band of Blues segment, and our pep talk segment coming your way here on TC Sports 1.
At Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Hi, I'm Kyla Bailey. I've been cheering with the Rockets for 4 years now, and I'm a senior.
Kyla, we appreciate the cheerleaders getting to be involved as well. And before we go any further, let's talk about things that y'all have got going on. Some fundraisers I think that y'all have happening right now that maybe you want to talk about a little bit.
Yeah, we're doing a blanket sale, and we sell them at the football games and everything. They're really good for cold games and stuff like that, so that's fun.
Talk about last week. I know it had to be awful with the heat. Talk about the challenges of that through a game.
It was rough, especially since part of our job is putting people in the air or whatever. And in our uniforms, it's we wear long sleeves, so it's real hot. So we were melting, and then trying to put up stunts and everything. Feet were slipping, hands were slipping.
You know, I didn't think about that. I'm sure that's probably a real big occupational hazard at that. I don't know whether I want to be on top or on bottom for sure on that one.
Yeah, being on bottom wasn't fun, so I can't imagine being on top was fun either.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'd want to fall or get fallen on. I'm not sure. Neither one of those sounds like a very good option to me for sure. So let's find out a little bit more about you. Favorite thing about being a cheerleader?
I really just love the sport as a whole. I've loved it for as long as I can remember, and it's cool to see a group of people come together and be able to make such elaborate routines and stuff like that. It's just really, it's cool to be a cheerleader.
How do you like to relax?
Shopping.
Shopping?
I like to spend money.
All right, favorite stores?
Palmetto, Moon, and Altered State for sure, and Buckle. I love me some Buckle.
Okay, are you a clothes shopper or?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like to buy a lot of clothes.
Okay, I don't know whether I should ask this question or not, but most of you ever spent shopping?
Oh Lord. I can't think of a specific amount, but last time I went to the mall, I spent near $300.
Okay, all right. So let's say if I gave you $100, what are you going to do with it?
I would go to the mall.
That's pretty cool. All right,
go buy clothes.
I got you. Let's say favorite thing at home. Let's talk a little bit about food. Favorite thing maybe your parents might make or you might make for dinner.
My dad makes the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my whole life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know that. So we're going to be calling you now for mac and cheese. All right, cool. let's see. Favorite thing, I guess, outside of being a cheerleader that you like to do, far as maybe a hobby or music interest or any of that?
Outside of cheer.
Besides shopping.
Besides shopping, I really don't know if I have any like specific hobbies. I hang out with my friends a lot. My friends are all cheerleaders, so I'm like always doing something that relates to cheer somehow.
That's cool. Hey, thank you so much, Kyle, for spending time with us, and we appreciate it. This has been our Pep Talk segment here on TC Sports 1.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Hey, my name is Hayden Hollick. I'm here in the Forrest Rocket Band of Blue. I play trumpet and I'm a senior.
And how many years have you been in the band?
This is my, I think, going on 3rd year.
Okay. And what is the most enjoyable thing for you about being in the band?
I just really like creating music, just everybody coming together for one common, collective goal.
Now, before we go much further, I know y'all got a lot of things going on. First of all, Fish Fries coming up. That's going to be a big fundraiser. But talk about competition-wise, what you got coming up.
We have our competition coming up at Rockvale. That is going to be on September 16th. That's our first competition of the season. Come on out and see us.
Talk a little bit about that. For those of us who have never been to a competition before, what's it kind of like for the day? Are you spending a whole day there? Or kind of waiting around a lot? Or?
Yeah, so typically we'll be out of here by probably anywhere from 10 to noon, and then we'll be there all day. We'll perform, and then we'll have awards after. We'll receive whatever our placement is, and yeah, we're basically spending the entire day there.
Now, let's find out a little bit more about you. Maybe favorite hobbies that you have?
I'd really just say playing the trumpet. That's my main focus.
Cool. Plans for after high school?
I'm going to study music education at the University of Tennessee at Martin.
Now, would you like to stay closer to home, or would you like to go away to maybe be teaching?
Somewhere in the middle of Tennessee area, but not too far.
I got you. Something maybe that we might not know about you that would be interesting.
Not sure.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not sure.
Favorite movie?
That's hard. I don't know. I'm not a big movie person.
You're not a big movie person? Yeah. More of a music person?
Mm-hmm.
Favorite group? Or favorite artist?
I'm not sure. I can't pick one.
If I looked through your playlist, am I going to find like more of one genre, or am I going to find a lot of different things?
It's going to be everything. It's going to be everything.
So from what to what?
From like rap to like classical.
Now you do the whole spectrum, then. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your favorite? Let's start on both ends. What's your favorite classical that you listen to?
Probably Mahler's Fifth Symphony.
Okay. And let's go on the other end. What kind of rap do you listen to?
I like Kendrick Lamar.
All right. Hey, well, this has been our second installment of our interview with the Blue. Hayden, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Hey, I'm Liam Bell. I'm senior and running back and linebacker.
And Liam is our All-Star Trophies Player of the Week for the Cornersville game. And Liam, I know that had to feel good, both individually, 14 carries, 86 yards, and of course as a team, getting that first win and it being over Cornersville.
Yeah, it was great. Hard-fought game. We really had to pick it up in the second half. We brought it together and we brought out the win.
Talk about the heat. Of course, I can't remember a game where you played in those kind of conditions. What was it like?
It was awful, but just got to find a way to get through it, and which we did, and we're able to bring out the win.
Now let's get a little bit deeper. Let's talk about you a little bit. Okay, off the field, are you a big football fan?
Yeah, I try to watch it whenever I can. It's usually what I'm watching when I'm doing nothing else. So.
Favorite teams, favorite players?
Like the Titans. I guess would be Henry then.
For you, what's the most fun thing about being a Rocket? What do you enjoy most about being on this team?
Get to play with these boys. It's great to go out there Friday nights and battle out with them.
I'm sure y'all had to be really happy with the way you came back against Cornersville. Had some things didn't go your way that first game, had to battle some adversity, and it was a really nice comeback in the second half.
Yeah, that was always fun to do. Great to be able to bring it back together and finish. You did a great job of that.
Off the field, what do you like to do most?
Spend time at the lake.
Future plans for next year?
Haven't entirely decided, but got a couple options.
All right, man. Liam, thank you for taking the time to join us. And of course, he is our Week 2 All-Star Trophies Player of the Week, Liam Bell.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agents Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
I'm Aiden Canturo. I'm a junior. I play quarterback and strong safety.
Now, Aiden, for you, of course, you got thrown into the fire pretty early. Knew you were going to be a starter on the defensive side of the ball, but what was it like getting to start that first game at quarterback?
Well, you always got to prepare for that. I knew I was the backup, and I had definitely prepared. I watched a ton of film that week, and just you got to prepare. You got to be ready for anything.
Were there a lot of nerves since you got a few series against Watertown, or was it kind of like, okay, I've got the jitters out from that Watertown game, now I'm ready to go?
Well, it's just kind of the same thing. I know all the plays. I'm pretty comfortable with the offense. I just kind of go out there and do my thing.
Talk about second half. That was a really nice comeback. Cornersville goes in with the lead at halftime, and you guys take advantage of the turnover. Was that turnover the thing that kind of just switched the momentum for the rest of the game?
Oh, yeah. After that turnover, we knew what we had to do. We had to drive the ball. Our offense really got moving, and our defense just kept. That's the best part of our team right now is our defense. They come hard and they want the ball any chance they can get it.
Talk about it. Last part of the game, you guys were on the field, had to make that big stop on 4th down, found a way. Know you guys had to be really proud of, as you said, how you played as a team.
Oh yeah, we were definitely hyped. It was 4th down. Ben Franklin's on the field. We obviously knew it was going to their best player, and we stopped it. We knew that they were running, and we didn't let them get very far.
Talk about defense to offense. Does it help you as a quarterback, being a defensive back, kind of to maybe have a little bit of an advantage, just know what those guys are thinking back there?
Oh yeah, I think it definitely does. I kind of think of it how I would play if I were lined up against that formation. I kind of base how I'm going to play off that.
Now let's get to you a little bit. Favorite things you like to do off the field?
I like to watch football a lot, obviously. And I like to hang out with my friends in my free time.
Now, favorite team or favorite players for you?
Obviously, I'm a Titans and UT Vols fan. I'm a big fan of Hendon Hooker, and right now Joe Milton.
Yes, let's hope he does well tomorrow. So I'm sure about 11 o'clock tomorrow you're going to be sitting on the couch watching
I'm going to be there. I got tickets.
We have a little work to do tonight, so best of luck. Aiden, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hometown Banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technologies such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
In our Coach's Corner segment, Coach Eli Stevenson and Coach, we talked about it last week or the week before, kind of off the air, that really the thing you needed was just to get a win under your belt. And it was nice to get that, and especially having to battle the way you did, not only the heat, but of course having to come back in the second half.
Yes, sir. It's always good to get a win. It's especially good to get a win coming back from behind against a in-county rival. And our kids, they banded together in the second half and was able to pull it out.
You're looking now for 2 in a row, go on the road, short trip to community. Of course, you guys know a lot about each other. Hadn't played in a couple of years, but there's that familiarity there. Talk about just getting on a roll now.
Yes, sir. Community, they got some good athletes up there. They've always had great athletes. We got to be able to stop them on defense and know where they're at on their defense. And our kids, they like playing against them because they play against them in every sport. They play them in Pee Wee, junior high, and they know who they are. And a lot of them are buddies with them. It's 15 minutes down the road. They grew up together, and it's going to be a great game tonight.
We always talk about improvements between week 1 and week 2. What did you feel like was the biggest improvement you made last week?
Biggest improvement really was just coming out there and playing together. The kids, they had a good week of practice. They had a tough week of practice inside all week in the gym, and none of our kids really liked that, but we had good practice that week. They were focused, and they just came out and they played their tails off. We just got to keep getting better every week now.
One of the things I know that you take pride in and your staff takes pride in is conditioning, and I really thought later in that game that you really did a good job. You could tell that even despite the conditions, you were in good shape.
Yes, sir. The kids, they do an awesome job in the off season, and the winter workout, the summer program, coming in and running. And one thing we're able to do right now is we built some depth, and we was able to rotate some kids and keep them fresh late in the games, and that showed a lot. And that was one of the biggest factors allowing us to win the ball game.
Was that one of the things you talked about? Of course, Cornersville, they have the great player in Franklin, and they've got a good team, but as you said, were you feeling like when you got to the second half that depth would eventually play a big part?
Yes, sir. And Liam came up to me and said, Coach, stop running this toss sweep to me. I'm getting tired of running outside. He said, run downhill. I'm good right there. And I listened to him. In the second half, we started running right at him. And that's when you could tell we was moving the ball really well.
Were you proud of the offensive line with the way you did play in that second half especially?
Yes. The offensive line, they've been working together. They starting to come together. They're starting to gel as one. With Spence Tankersley out, that was a big key in week 1. And now they know he's not coming back, so they got to step up. And across the board, they all stepped up. Reggie Pearson, he's playing both sides of the ball now. Cam Street, Luke Allen, they're playing well. Drew Glover, he had a better game this game. And Orr came back from injury, and he's playing well too.
Got to be proud of the defense. You made that big stop on 4th down late in the ball game when you needed it, and played well enough to win in game 1 against Watertown.
Oh, yes, our defense, they're, like I said last week, they're a year older, and they're understanding the defense a lot better this year. They're flying around to the ball. On defense, what I was really impressed with was the game tackling. Franklin, he was a big old dude, and we couldn't take him down one-on-one, and there's about 3 or 4 guys there every time hitting him, and that took a toll on him.
Coach, as always, best of luck tonight. We appreciate the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
This TC Sports 1 broadcast is brought to you by Advanced Eye Care Clinic, home with a real Dr. J, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan. By Amigos Mexican Grill, authentic Mexican cuisine. By Apex Bank, celebrating 10 years in Chapel Hill. Also brought to you by Benchmark Physical Therapy, they'll get you back in the game. By Brooks Grocery, where you'll find your next favorite food. Also, we're brought to you by Dr. William Bell at Chapel Hill Family Dentistry. We're brought to you by Quince Air Care, your local ring dealer. By Farm Bureau Insurance, home, life, auto, and health insurance. By First Commerce Bank, your first choice for hometown banking. Also brought to you by Highway 99 Storage, now with climate control. By J&J Automotive, your one-stop auto shop. We're brought to you by Lawrence Funeral Home, serving Chapel Hill since 1939. By Lewisburg Animal Hospital, your other family doctor. Also brought to you by Mack Equipment, your local Cub Cadet and Exmark dealer. By the town of Chapel Hill, moving forward with strong tradition. And by Garvin's Ground Control, licensed and insured. And we are coming to you live tonight on a beautiful football evening in Unionville, Tennessee, as we get set for a matchup, a backyard battle between the 1-1 Rockets of Forrest High School and the 0-2 Vikings of Community. Good evening, Troy Cashin, Noble Mays, Ricky Sweeney, Mr. Peter Wilson, and Miss Caden Anderson bring you all the action here this evening as we get set for a Forrest team looking to make it 2 in a row here tonight. And it was a big confidence booster for them last week. And before I get any further, thank you all for doing a wonderful job last week. Had much rather have been there, but enjoyed getting to watch.
You certainly missed quite a spectacular second half in particular, Mr. Sweeney.
It was a good second half, and we're glad you're back. We missed you as well.
We did, and I'll tell you what, T-Roy, I know you're going to respond in kind as well, but not only did Mr. Sweeney, Mr. Allen, and I miss you, but the folks at home listening and watching, they missed you as well. Trust me, the broadcast was different, but I'm glad you were able to watch it, but I'm more excited that you back with us 100%, sir.
Hey, folks, I feel like a weenie now because, you know, I took off on a 100-degree plus heat index night, and we got something just beautiful here tonight. A little gorgeous little breeze blowing. We're up on top of the press box, 80 degrees right in that neighborhood as we get set for this matchup here tonight. And I really think this one, fellas, Forrest in a tough spot here tonight. How do you respond? You come in now, a lot of people were talking about last week, Cornersville may take this win. Cornersville's got Ben Franklin. Cornersville's going to be able to win that football game. The Rockets in the second half really played well. They responded in kind, trailed by 11 at halftime, overcome some adversity. Now this week, suddenly, they're the heavy favorite. People are talking about, this one's going to be over at halftime. Running clock, second half. How do you respond to that? You go from one end of the spectrum to the other. How do you deal with it?
Yeah, last week the Bulldogs, we got them down to being one-dimensional. They were 1 of 9 passing with 1 interception for 0 net yards. And they had 80 yards in the first half, 80 in the second half. So the Rocket defense up to the task, just played a great game again. That's back-to-back games that the Rocket defense has shined. And I like Aiden Cantrell wasn't afraid to throw the ball accurate like Ryan Hill was last year when Ryan was a freshman. When Ryan was a freshman, he was a 7 of 11 with 1 interception last week. For 71 yards. So a good game for Mr. Cantrell.
Hey, and while we are at it, want to send out some get well wishes to Ryan Hill. Had his knee surgery today. Understand he's doing well. Hope he's able to watch at home, so we'll send him out a big shout out and know he'll be back and better than ever next year.
Get well, Ryan. Get well soon, sir.
And fellas, we talk about Community has struggled with their program since its inception. They have never defeated the Forrest Rockets. Forrest is going to be heavily favored coming in here tonight. Here's the thing you got to remember. 3 years ago, came to this very field, it was 5-0 at halftime. So you don't want to be overconfident. I think this is going to be a big maturity game for the Rockets. How they come in here tonight and handle business is going to tell us an awful lot, I think.
And I agree, particularly when you think about the fact that Mr. Sweeney had said, defense has shown up in 2 consecutive games. The conversation now has to be, how do we get our offense kick-started? So that's how you actually do this, and you come out and you get started early.
Yeah, we came out of the gate a little sluggish, 15 carries for 43 yards in the first half. You know, you got to do a little bit better than that to get jump started, as you said. And then the second half we picked it up. Looks like 24 carries for 131 yards. So what a turnaround in the second half on the rushing game.
You hope the recipe is a Community defense that has really struggled in their 2 games. They lost 51-8 in the opener against Lewis County. They followed that up last week with a 54-0 thrashing at the hands of Eagleville. And Community's got a stretch of games here, rivalry games. They've got, of course, Eagleville last week, Forrest this week, Cascade next week. So they're in the midst of what they consider a lot of these rivalry games. They're going to be up and ready tonight, but their defense has really struggled. So if you're the Rockets, I think the big thing you don't want to do is turn the football over. And, you know, if you come out here tonight, take care of the football, I think you make this a short night.
Ball protection. Mr. Sweeney has it in his hand.
Great country and the men and women who serve it. standing for the national anthem.
Now we'll have our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal is to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Hey, yeah. And welcome back as we get set for our coin toss and the teams making their way onto the field. It is a Los Angeles Dodger crowd here tonight for community. Late arriving group. There is a large group of Forrest fans over on that far side. And Caden, let's see if we can get a little zoom in of our fan base over there. There's a lot of folks that have made the little short journey from Chapel Hill over to Community High School as they're anticipating second win in a row.
And I think it's the New York Mets fan who just stopped going to the games also, I believe, here lately.
Yeah, it is. I'm kind of surprised because usually there's a pretty good crowd on hand here at Community, but I'm sure probably after those first couple of losses, the turnout may be a little more sparse tonight. But it is the home opener for the Vikings here tonight.
They're hoping maybe to try to put some product out on the field that will maybe bring some folks to the second home opener, because this one is not something they're going to do very well at the gate on.
Yeah, and here's the thing, fellas. Community is having a tough time of it to start this year, and as a program, they've never made the playoffs.
Never?
Never. Not even as a 4.
Ooh, my English teacher said never use the words never and always. Never.
So it's tough to overcome, and I mean you've got to build, and that's something they're trying to look to, and you point to just getting to the playoffs. That's the one thing you want to do, but they've been stuck here at Community, and they've made some improvements. They got the nice press box, and we've got a beautiful vantage point up here from the top of the press box, and they've done some things to improve here and put some resources into the program, but they just haven't got the results that they wanted on the field. And tonight, Coach Bridges' defense is going to be presented with a freshman quarterback.
Freshman quarterback?
Freshman quarterback. Number 4, Niles Barnett, will be calling the signals for Community. He is one of the captains, along with Mekhi Fleming, also Reed Wallace, and James Bowling, senior running back. And for the Rockets, it's going to be Bryce Tankersley, Luke Swihart, and let's see who that other number is. Right in the center of the field, fellas. I've got a.
If I'm not mistaken, that should be Cameron Orr.
Is that Cameron Orr? Yeah, it's 56, Cameron Orr. The Rockets decked out in their white football uniforms, jerseys tonight with the blue pants and blue numerals, white football helmets. Community in the gold football pants, purple football jerseys with the gold numerals, and the purple football helmets. They are coached by Chris Grooms. And on the other side of the ledger for the Forrest Rockets, head coach is Eli Stevenson, defensive coordinator Ryan Bridges, assistant coaches Jason Hill, Tony Johnson, Zach Russell, Chad Harden, and of course, Mr. Larry Rojo Chapman, along with Joseph Haynes, are your Forrest coaches. Forrest has won the toss, and they will receive. So they want to try to put points on the board early. We'll take one final break. We'll be back with your kickoff here from Unionville on TC Sports 1.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agents Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. And welcome back as we get set for kickoff. Once again, a gorgeous evening here in Unionville. If this doesn't get you ready for football, nothing will.
I tell you what, not only the weather, T-Roy, but here's why I like having you back. The in-depth research that you do, the insight that you bring, the fact that you have informed me and Mr. Sweeney and those at home viewing in that community will be starting a freshman at quarterback. That gives this defense that Mr. Sweeney and I have been talking about for 2 weeks, that has them licking their chops, T-Roy.
And let's take a look quickly at your starting lineup as Forrest will get the football first. As we see those offensive starters, it'll be number 3, Charles Haskins, to put it in the air. Once again, tonight, it will be 2 big members of the Rocket staff, of course, are players out for the season. Spence Tankersley, Ryan Hill, both injured. Both wish them well in their recoveries. And we are almost set to get this one underway. Once again, the freshman Haskins to boot it away. Liam Bell, our All-Star Trophies Player of the Week from last week, set to receive onside kick. Forrest had that one scouted well as they had 10 men up. It does bounce off a Rocket, but it is covered. Luke Swihart there, and the Rockets will get good starting field position at their own 45-yard line.
Great starting position, T-Roy, and you want to get off to a good start with this offense. You heard Mr. Sweeney tell you last week, and he kind of highlighted it also. Second half, they had more offensive production than the Bulldogs had for the entire game. Want to get off to a quick start here.
Aiden Cantrell, who had a nice game last week, quickly swings it out in the flat. Eli Bell looking for some space, tried to get between tacklers, but a nice job done there. Number 2, Braxton Landers with the stop. Also number 5, Aaron Graff, another freshman there, and this lineup dotted with freshmen and sophomores.
That's a sophomore you mentioned in Landers, and I'll tell you, T-Roy, those at home who are viewing in, they'll be able to appreciate what Landers did. You got a special player out there like Villazon to be able to, number 22, Bell, to bring him down.
2nd and 9, they give it to Liam Bell. Tries to stiff arm and gets taken down on a nice open field tackle there by Mekhi Fleming. He's a really good athlete. Excellent basketball player, makes a nice stop on Bell there after a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 5. And, fellas, you got to think here, even if you don't make the first down, you're going for it.
Well, not only because of the starting field position, but also to put a stamp on this game early.
Exactly. I think they want to put their stamp on this one early on. 3rd down and 5 as Cantrell will roll to his right. Got plenty of time. Looking, now fires it down the field. Pass is incomplete. Intended for G Square. Gavin Grissom down at about the 30. It'll bring up 4th down, but a nice job by that offensive line. Good job of protection as Cantrell had some time, just couldn't find a receiver open.
The protection was there, and that's the first assignment you have as in a blocking passing situation, is to give your quarterback Cantrell adequate time, and he had ample time that time. Just could not find an open receiver and couldn't put a nice little touch on it.
They'll go for it on 4th down here. Quick count, give it to Eli Bell off the left side. Got some blocking down the sideline at the 40, 35, stays in bounds and finally pushed out at about the 32 is, I believe, where they will mark him out. 18 yards and a 1st down for the sophomore Eli Bell.
That's that blocking that Mr. Sweeney was talking about. Jackson Blakemore Jr., 6'2", 185-pound, number 57, downfield about 15 yards, providing a key block for Bell.
Converted on 4th down. Now they've got it 1st and 10 at the Viking 31. Another quick count back to the ground. The sledgehammer Bell breaks it outside. Liam turns the corner. Down the sideline he goes, tight roping, and finally escorted out of bounds after another big gain. Pickup of 19 as he gets it down to the 12. But Noble, big hole in the middle of the field. He made a nice cut, got to the outside, turned the corner.
Up front, T-Roy, you got number 57 again. That is Blakemore, and I think I seen number 64. I think that was Glover off in there also.
Glover, the center, as they go back to Bell, just ramming it right up the middle. He will go into the end zone untouched. Liam Bell, give him his jersey number, 6.
I tell you what, up front, doing it exactly as you scripted it, T-Roy. A couple of scripted plays probably over there for Coach Eli Stevenson and these young men here, even though they needed to go for it on 4th down. Those last 3 plays, those 3 or 4 interior linemen up front, big gaping holes, as you mentioned.
Boy, you just look right now. Don't look like you're going to have to do much fancy. Bell already 4 carries, 54 yards, and a score as the kick in the air, and the kick is good by G Square. Timeout on the field 10-12 left, opening quarter. 7-0 Rockets.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our 2 other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Welcome back. On the scoreboard, they have it 8-0, and we're all standing up here laughing. We're looking at the Forrest coaches. Are like, we did kick that correct. But they even announced it was a 2-point conversion was good. They've still got it on the scoreboard as 8-0. So
no one has corrected him either. G-square, put it in the end zone, touchback.
This is a weapon. Nails it again. It will hit at the 1 and kick back, so they're going to have to pick it up. Mekhi Fleming at the 5, looking for running room, and he finds none. Taken down at about the 6. And let's see, that was 23. Niles Taylor in on the special teams play. And when things are going wrong, they're just going wrong.
Fleming has watched too much film. He just settled in early that was going to be a touchback and gave up on the concept of even fielding the ball, T-Roy, and the ball just died right around the 3-yard line.
Ricky, what was that, a wedge?
He did. He backed up like my 9-irons at Horton Park.
That was really nicely done by G-Square. Hit at the 1 and kicked back toward him.
Again, field position we talked about on offense. How about field position on defense, T-Roy?
And this defense has been really opportunistic. They'll get a chance here with Community backed up deep to start at their own 7. Give off the right side. Fleming turns the corner, gets a block across the 10 out to about the 11, maybe the 12. So pick up of 5. And once again, Fleming, really good athlete.
And I have to assume, T-Roy, there will be a heavy dose of running. If you tell me there's a starting quarterback as a freshman, I have to assume that you can probably put 8, 9 in the box quite often on this defense.
But, you know, they love to spread it out and throw it around the yard. So,
well, we'll see. But you don't want to trust a freshman to do all that.
Yeah, I know we speak about that. We were the anomaly last year with Ryan Hill that you had such trust in him, but he was not your normal freshman. This time the little pitch and not finding an awful lot of room, getting back to the line of scrimmage, maybe falling forward, getting a yard or two. There were a lot of white jerseys there. That's going to be 6, Isaac Jacobs, the sophomore. And, fellas, just before they get this playoff, I want to point out the youth of this Community squad. They've got only 5 seniors on this team and 2 juniors. The rest of the team is sophomores and freshmen.
So the coaching staff has to sell them on the concept that we'll be good in about 2 or 3 years?
Yes.
All right, take your lumps and your bruises.
Because they're taking their bruises early. 3rd down and 3 now for the Vikings at their own 14-yard line. 7-0 game as they try a little confusion here. Nobody's confused on the Forrest side. Big Reggie Pearson definitely not as he got to the ball carrier and stuffed him at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down. That was Bowling on the carry. They went misdirection that time, tried to deceive the Rockets with the motion. They handed it inside, and Pearson says, I'll have none of that.
I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. Does the coach – okay, I was waiting on the punting situation here. The punter doesn't look very deep, but the Rockets defense played that exactly according to form. And other than a missed tackle there, certainly was not going to give up any long runs.
Fields is going to retreat. Punt is away. Short. It will take a bounce. Fields going to take it on a hop at the 40 and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So the Rocket offense will come back onto the field here.
Number 16 on the tackle for the Vikings.
And another short field they're going to be looking at, fellas. We've only played 4 minutes and 5 seconds here in the opening quarter. The Rockets have already scored a touchdown, stopped Community on a 3 and out, and they've got it back at the Viking 35.
plus, plus, plus. Everything I hear you say is all positive, T-Roy. Field position on offense, again, field position on defense, and everything you said has gone true to script thus far.
Cantrell fakes the give. Now he'll roll the throw. Got a man back there. Pass is caught. No, bobbled and incomplete. Really nicely done, though. Led the receiver, Jesse Lindemann, very well. Makai Fleming was back there in coverage for the Vikings.
He did it exactly like his defensive coach would ask him. In the secondary, he was beat, but he took that right arm and he had it come down with a little sledgehammer to be able to make sure the ball was separated from the wide receiver.
Hey, what about the throw from Cantrell there? Very nicely done.
Very accurate, very accurate.
Rolling to his left. They go back to the sledgehammer. Bell, and he is wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Ran right into big number 56, who will stop him in his tracks.
Play for a loss. Looks like they're going to basically call it no gain, but that's the first play thus far where no gain.
We don't have 56 on our roster here, so we can't give that young man proper credit. Very nicely played by him.
And he's a nice-sized fellow playing up front as well.
3rd down and 10 now for the Rockets. Ball spotted down at the community 35-yard line. Cantrell under center, man in motion left to right. They'll give coming right. Eli Bell looking for a block on the corner. And good penetration that time by the Vikings. Getting through was number 2, Braxton Landers, the sophomore, to make the stop, and it'll bring up another 4th down.
Landers was pushed wide, T-Roy, towards the sideline. At that particular time, the running back only had one option. He was to turn that up where a few white jerseys was at. Great job, as you said, Landers, fighting off the block and being fortunate enough to be in position to make that tackle.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. It would be in G-square range. It would be a 50-yarder, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Look for Cantrell. You got 2 wide receivers, twin set, T-Roy, left side.
Bell to his left as well. He'll roll that way. Bell blocks, fires it. Pass is caught. Nicely done there by Cantrell on the roll. The pass is caught by Ben Villazon, who is quickly pushed out of bounds, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Exactly how you scripted it. And I'm going to go ahead, Mr. Sweeney, and I'm going to go ahead and give the young man the credit he deserves, Cantrell. The ability to be able to throw 2 passes thus far. Both of them have been very accurate. That young man there has shown us the ability. I know it's hard to lose a heel, but this young man is stepping into what this opportunity.
Very impressed with him today as they go back to the ground with Bell. Eli breaks it outside, gets a block, cuts it back inside, stays on his feet, fighting toward the end zone. He'll get there. Touchdown, Eli Bell. What a great move as he got to the corner, but there is a flag on the play at about the 10. It may come back, but nonetheless, beautifully done by Eli Bell.
And when you say beautifully done, you don't always like to use these words in a game that has 11 on 11, but that individual effort that time, T-Roy, that young man there fought for those last 8 or 9 yards.
Great instincts as he cut that thing back inside and then just fought his way to the end zone. It will come back.
Just a slight hiccup here, T-Roy. The way this offensive line is blocking, you certainly anticipate run. No need to put the ball in the air at all at this stage.
Yeah, they have really hammered them on the ground. They go back to the ground. It's Fletcher Fields. Fields staying on his feet, fighting through a couple of tackles, and finally brought down center of the field. He's like a pinball that time, Noble. Bounced off a couple of tacklers. They were finally able to corral him. But that young man has a very bright future in front of him.
Each running back is looking for the cut back, and that's all you can ask for is to not be stretched too wide, but to keep your vision.
I want to go back to Cantrell. Well, we got to speak with him this afternoon, and you saw that in our pregame. Very impressed with his poise. He said, hey, I knew I was going to be next man up, and he handled it as such. No nerves seemingly whatsoever, and he stepped in and performed like that. Hats off to him.
And that's all you can ask for. We all understand sports. In sports does come injuries, but it's that mental game, T-Roy, where even though you're not getting the first team reps in practice, to be prepared when your opportunity presents itself.
Here's the thing, though, fellas. This is what you don't want. This is where you want to improve. You had a couple of penalties down here in the red zone. Those are the things that week to week you want to see cleaned up a little bit.
You certainly do. In a game like this where you can have your way with community, you don't want to see them at all ever, but certainly not on a night like this.
Niles Taylor split wide to the right here as Cantrell will turn and give. Bell up the middle, weaving, twisting across the 10 down to about the 7, and that'll be very close. Well, yeah, he'll pick up his first down.
You said Glover was the center there, T-Roy, and that young man there is 10 yards in the backfield still blocking on his assignment.
You look at where they've done the damage. It's been right up the gut. The interior of that line has done a really nice job for the Rockets. First down and goal to go now for the Rockets as they've got it at the Vikings 7, knocking on the door again, leading 7-0. Just under 5 minutes left here, first quarter from Unionville as Cantrell will roll right. Looking, throwing, pass caught, touchdown, Liam Bell.
Got a peel back block that time by the wide receiver in the flat, Mr. Ben Villazon. Watch him peel back and block for him.
We're going to watch it again here. You'll see Bell ring the bell one more time with the score here.
Bell caught the ball cleanly with both hands. Very soft touch that time by Cantrell.
Watch Cantrell roll, though. I like the way he throws on the move here. Gave Bell time. Bell uncovers into the end zone. 6 again for Liam Bell. G-Square on for the point after try now. 13-0. Cantrell with the hold. Snap good. Kick on the way. And the kick will end up somewhere in downtown Unionville. 14-0 Rockets as we'll take a break.
Funeral home and cremation services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome back. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Rockets. Liam Bell ring the bell again. This time on the pass catch from Cantrell. Bell already 6 carries, 64 yards on the ground. A pass caught for a touchdown from 7 away. And G-Square to hammer it again. High and deep and taken at the 1. Center of the field, 5, 10, 15 and taken down once again. Good special teams coverage. Let's see, Bryce Tankersley down there. Let's see who else.
Marable was down there, number 3 as well. There,
and I believe Groenveld was there as well.
And I think I seen one more time your senior, Niles Taylor, number 23, in on the mix as well.
So the Vikings again will start inside their own 20. Grissom kicking into a little bit of a breeze here.
Yes, indeed. You could look at the flag and tell that that ball has a little pressure against it that time. But I'll tell you what, he's forcing those deep men to be able to catch the ball inside the 5, T-Roy, and an excellent job of the Rockets getting down there and defending the kick.
Vikings are going to spread it out here. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Back to Barnett's right as they go back to the ground. Trying to come back the other way, and the Rockets having none of that. Lindemann staying at home, making the stop, and Bowling, the play really slow to develop there, and Lindemann staying at home right there to meet the ball carrier. Gain of only 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 now as we approach the 4-minute mark left here in the opening quarter. Rockets on top 14-0.
Lindemann did an excellent job. Once he got around the corner off the edge there, Lindemann came up, made a solid hit low, took his feet out from under him. I expect another opportunity for 3 and out here, T-Roy.
Yeah, it's tough for the Vikings here. The Rocket defense, Coach Bridges has got them playing well, and here tonight have really stepped up. Quick throw right side, trying to get some blocking for Fleming. Nicely done as he slips through a couple of blockers, gets down the sideline, still on his feet. Center of the field, Fleming to the midfield stripe, 45 to the 40, cuts back in center of the field, 30, still on his feet, and Fleming finally taken down, and that was all Mekhi Fleming. Once he got the block and got into the open field, he went up the right sideline, cut it to the middle of the field, broke a couple of tackles, and gets it all the way down to the Rocket 27-yard line.
Had trips to the right over there, T-Roy, and those two wide receivers did an excellent job. Watch the trips to the right, T-Roy. And G-Square will bring him down. Oh, shoestring tackle, T-Roy.
Yeah, he got it there in the center of the field, and we saw excellent move up the sideline to get there. So the Vikings now knocking on the door. 1st and 10 from the Rocket 27 on the big play as they come left side. 25-20, flag on the play, ball flies free, and let's see who's got it. Did the Rockets come up with it?
Yes.
Rockets got it. Jason Patrick, the freshman, comes up with the fumble. We've got a flag to sort out as well.
That was thrown right in the middle of all that, in the middle of the field. Offense.
Holding on the Vikings. They will decline it. Of course, the turnover gives it to the Rockets. So Patrick right there, as they forced him to cough it up when he got to the sideline. Good strip there by the Rockets. So they take advantage of the loose football, and they'll get it in their worst starting field position of the night at their own 15-yard line. 3:06 left here, opening quarter. And can this Rocket offense now go 85 yards?
Tell you what, they certainly kept points off the board. How about that?
Yes, nicely done by the Rockets. They've been very stingy defensively. Cantrell turns and gives, hammering off that right side. Nicely done. Quick hitter across the 20 out to about the 21, 22-yard line. That's Cohen Grissom.
Goes to Grissom.
Pick up of, let's give him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 now.
Reggie Pearson downfield, number 68, 6'3", 230-pound senior, T-Roy. Excellent job. You will always have success if you can see the big lineman 8 yards downfield blocking.
Yeah, over here on that right tackle. Man, and that is Pearson. Back to the ground game, and here comes Bell. He's got a big hole. Center of the field to the 40, to the 45, to the midfield stripe. One man to beat, 40, 35, 30. Stays on his feet and finally brought down as he's deep in Viking territory, all the way down at the 22-yard line. And that was a 39 and 28. It'll be, 67-yard gain there for Bell.
Don't think I'm crazy, T-Roy.
Or no, 29. I'm sorry, 29 and
58.
29, 29, 58, yep.
The IQ of Villazon downfield, realized Bell was already out in the open. He said, I'm not going to block anybody, not going to be penalized.
Eli was looking for somebody. He didn't find anybody there for a while. He was wide open. Fields now turns it on as a flag will come flying. This one's going to come back, but did you see the acceleration by Fields?
I did, and I see the frustration from him, and I appreciate that because he wanted to drag that tackler into the end zone.
Hey, these middle school guys, Coach Johnson, back-to-back championship seasons, undefeated seasons. They're rolling again as they took care of Eagleville last night. I believe it was, 40-6? These guys are coming up. They're hungry. They're saying, hey, we won. We want to win at this level, and we want to help contribute, and Fields has already done that very well.
In comparison, I'm glad you said that. As I look at the roster for community, you talk about all the sophomores and the freshmen. That's the culture, T-Roy. Your middle school culture start to build a program, and that's how you end up having young men come out and get an early start.
After the hole, 1st and 20 from the 31. Back to the ground game they go. Gaping hole across the 30, the 25, and down to about the 23-yard line. That's G-Square, Gavin Grissom on the carry.
T-Roy, think about the ability to be able to be a kicker, a weapon, as you all talk about. You all are always talking about him being a weapon and kicking the ball in the end zone. This young man here is also a running back, and he is also coming off the edge and sealing it as well on defense.
Boy, I'm telling you, those offensive linemen are doing a great job. Bell cuts it back. Now center of the field. It is a foot race, and nobody laid a glove on him. Eli Bell, 31-yard touchdown. Excuse me. That was what?
23.
23-yard touchdown score. I forgot about the play before we were at the 31. But my goodness, offensive linemen, I mean, we got to give all 5 of those guys some love. They never laid a glove on Eli Bell.
Keep in mind, this started in the second half at home last week, T-Roy, so they just building on where they left off at.
G-Square on for the point after. Good snap. Hold is good. Kick right down the pipes. 1:23 left here, opening quarter. 21-0 Rockets.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Little brotherly battle going on here at Community High School tonight. Liam Bell, 6 carries for 64 yards. Eli 4 for 86, and they both got scores.
And they both will have well over 100 before we get to, I was finna say halftime, but if they mess around and get this ball back in the first quarter, They may do that.
1:23 left here, opening quarter. Kick in the air, taken at the 5. Center of the field, 10. Looking around and finding nothing but Luke Swihart and others on the return. And the Vikings again will start inside their own 20, back at the 13.
T-Roy, every time they kick the ball down, I see that young man, number 3, sophomore, 5'9", 175-pound Antonio Marable. That young man there is going to get a lot of playing time. He keeps showing up on special teams like he is. And matter of fact, T-Roy, as I speak about it, he's playing defense as I speak.
Man, I'm telling you, I was so impressed with him after his 8th grade year. He came to the coaches and said, hey, I just want to practice with y'all. And he is an outstanding – he's a physical specimen. But, boy, I tell you what, I was just impressed with his attitude.
All that makes for an excellent athlete.
First down and 10, Vikings, as they go back to the ground and nothing doing. Up front, they run into a solid brick wall. There's Lindemann getting up. Let's see who else is there. Who's getting off the bottom of the pile there?
Is that 55?
Yes,
Hendricks, yeah.
Hendricks, yes, indeed. As Hendricks off in there as well. So that interior, T-Roy, interior on defense, it's getting ready to get competitive, T-Roy. Offense is going to see how many total yards they can put up, and the defense is going to try to make a campaign for how many yards they cannot give up.
Yeah, Mekhi Fleming had the one big play. Other than that, it has been all Rockets on the defensive side as well. 37 seconds left here in the opening quarter. High snap. They get it down, and that timing was thrown off by the high snap as the pass was incomplete, intended for Luis Butler, the sophomore over there. But you could tell the snap pulled Barnett to his right, and the timing was all thrown off, so he threw it behind him.
And if I'm not mistaken, I may have the wrong one, but my vision was showing me that Jason Patrick, one more time, the freshman, 5'11", 200 pounds, I think he was the one who got his hand up. But again, Hendricks, number 55, come barreling in as well, kind of to collapse that pocket that time.
3rd down and 12 now for the Vikings. 32 seconds remaining still here in the first quarter. Here come the Rockets on the blitz, and that isn't all out. Let me just get rid of this thing. Self-defense for Barnett as he had a group of Rockets right in his grill. They timed the blitz beautifully, and he had no choice but to get rid of that one quickly.
Yes, indeed, T-Roy. One more time. Young man play like that, he deserves to have his name called again. That's 38, Jason Patrick. Got a little help that time by 65, Cameron Street.
And once again, it'll be the Vikings to punt it away. It's going to be Villazon back there to receive it. He'll settle in at about the 45.
Games like this is when you get excited. Athlete like Villazon, he may take a chance with this one, T-Roy. I've seen games like this where high school players get real excited. He may try to take this one back to the house.
Here comes the rush, and the Vikings have to just eat this one. Punter couldn't handle it, And he is taken down quickly by that Rocket special teams group, and they're knocking on the door for more here with 24 seconds left in quarter number 1.
I think that was Hendricks back there again doing an excellent job, and he had about 3 or 4 of the Rockets back there. But T-Roy, again, a game like this, it's still first quarter. The running backs, 148 yards between the two Bell brothers. Both of them are asking, can I get the ball right here and get me a touchdown? Coach, call my number.
They're running like they're surprised because they're not finding anybody around them anywhere. They go back to the ground, and once again, G-Square says, let me get in on the act. Gavin Grissom punches it in from 5 yards out, and once again, no contact until he was in the end zone. Gavin Grissom from 5 away, the offensive line just blowing some massive holes up front, and the running backs taking full advantage here. 20 seconds left, opening quarter. It is now 27-0 Rockets.
Take your hat off to Coach Eli Stevenson and the coaching staff, a morale booster. Rather than giving the ball to one of the Bell brothers, I know they wanted it, he said, let me give my kicker some love. He's a senior. My man got him a touchdown, T-Roy. G-Squared.
G-Squared says, I'll take all 7 here as he'll hammer home the extra point. New score here with 20 seconds left, opening quarter. It's 28-0 Rockets, and the route is on.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, go Rockets!
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Horton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
And welcome back. You are looking at the correct score, 28-0 here, and we are in the first quarter. 20 seconds left, and fellas, we haven't seen anything like this since that 2019 team when they went down to Fayetteville City, and I think they hung 35 on them in the opening quarter. It's 28-0 here. G-Square hammers this one deep, and this one won't be playable as it'll go through the back of the end zone, and the Vikings will take over with their best starting field position, and we're going to have a penalty on the play, and you can see that one. One of the Vikings took a nice little shot at one of the Rockets as they were coming down on the kickoff, and it was after it had gone into the end zone.
That would have been their best field position.
It would have been. You're right.
10.
Yeah.
28-0 in the first quarter will kind of get under your skin as an adolescent, T-Roy.
It's on us.
Oh, yes, it is.
I missed it. It must have been somewhere else because what I was watching definitely didn't unfold that way. And if it could be any worse, fellas, I'm thinking about what happens when Giles County comes in here. That's a region game for them. They're 3A. What happens when, you're 28-0 now.
If you're thinking about it, imagine what they're thinking about as freshmen and sophomores.
Oh.
And I tell you what, again, it says a lot about, I guess, the program, T-Roy. You mentioned not a lot of seniors, not a lot of juniors, so there's not a lot of upperclassmen, one on the team to play, but not a lot of upperclassmen to keep your morale high.
You know, here's the thing, though. When I know you remember back in the day when we were doing Tiger games, that Nolensville came into existence as a school. Summit came into existence as a school, and we beat up on them pretty good the first couple of years. But it was the promise of brighter days are ahead. Here, they have nothing to build from. There hasn't been any success in the program, and you're worried about these guys. You got good numbers as freshmen and sophomores, and you're worried about, with no tradition, that how do you avoid them getting their heads down and not coming back and doing this again?
When you speak of those, the Nolensville and all that, they were starting their program, so
exactly.
You had something to look forward to. You said this team has never been to the postseason, so never is what this looks like. Never going to make it this year either.
We'll take a quick break.
Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat. And that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
Welcome back. We get set to start quarter number 2 here in Unionville with the Rockets in a dominating performance, leading 28-0 as we begin this second quarter. 14 rushes and 175 yards for the Rockets in the opening quarter. Community, 7 carries for 14 yards.
And Troy, it's hard because when your culture is like this and young folks don't want to go out for the sport, that's what makes it hard on the coaches.
Yeah, and you know, how do you turn that around? You got to at least have some kind of success, and Noble 51-8, 54-0, and 28-0 here after one quarter of play. I mean, that's not a recipe for keeping guys interested. And as you said, how do you keep them coming back out?
You don't. It's hard because think about it, Troy. You raised two young ones who played sports, and when they're young, you just want to teach the fundamentals. So it's okay to take a few lumps or whatever, and you just say, I want you to learn the game and work on sportsmanship and all that. But this is hard to sell to young men coming out for the sport when traditionally you don't put a good product out on the field.
You know, this has been 15 years, and they haven't made the playoffs.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. Quick throw out of the backfield, and everybody right on top of that one. The coaching staff yelling up here, get on it, that they thought it might have been a lateral, but everybody could see that one coming. 4th down now for the Vikings, and once again, they'll be forced to punt it away, and this Rocket defense has done their job one more time.
They have, and like I said, other than the one particular play where Fleming was out there in the trip sets and had 2 key blocks that time out there, the Rockets defense has been superb this evening.
Daniel Walters. Well, they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
I guess Coach went ahead and put his foot down, I guess, right?
Walters is back there.
No, that's the punter, T-Roy. That's the punter. He's the punter, and that's his stance. That's the distance he had earlier on. That's the punt coming.
He's going to eat it again, trying to get his first down now as he's just forced to suck it up on the low snap. He did a good job just to field that one, to be honest with you. It was to his right, and it was one of those worm burners that he reached out there and grabbed it. He had nothing to do but just kind of run with it from there, taken down, and the Rockets get another short field.
2 times that's happened at this stage. Maybe you don't even punt anymore, 28-0. If you're going to risk the punter having to pick up 10 or 11 yards, you might as well call a play.
Boy, I'm telling you, this is just futility, Noble, in the sense that you want to make sure you got some fundamentals. At least if we're going to have to punt that many times, let's work on getting it back to the punter and at least get it out of there. I mean, those are the kind of things that I think, first of all, that you have to clean up. You know, if you're going to have some success, you got to be able to do the little things before you can do the big things. And right now, we haven't seen them be able to do the little things yet.
And I go back maybe 20 minutes ago when you talked about how successful the middle school being for the Rockets. Maybe we don't know exactly how successful the middle school is around here, because that's when you start loving. That's when you start loving the game. Yeah. But that's also when the coaches start putting you in position to be successful at this level.
Now, something that most of us can relate to. We saw how Coach Frost did with Decatur Riverside. He was the first coach here at Community. He got them to, I think it was 4 wins as their top win total in program history. They didn't make the playoffs that year. But you got a guy that was going to the semifinals with Decatur Riverside that couldn't make the playoffs. here in Unionville.
And I think what you just proved to all of us, we knew, you can have the greatest of coaches, but you need players.
Cantrell back. He's going to air it out. Down the sideline, got a man back there. Well defended that time as Villazon tries to make a play on it, but number 5 back there, Aaron Graff, the freshman, step for step with Villazon. It'll bring up second down.
Again, that should be highlighted. Graff was on an island out there with an athlete and an accurate passer throwing the ball as well. That's a superb cover corner at that particular time anyway, T-Roy.
Second down and 10. Back to the ground, Eli Bell, 30, bounces it outside, 25, stays on his feet, 20, still on his feet, spins out of another tackle, and finally brought down at about the 17-yard line, and that was a nice 15-yard carry there by Eli. That'll get him over 100.
That's when you start feeling it, like I said, as a running back. A case, T-Roy, for both Bell brothers, like I said. Mr. Sweeney will give us halftime stats, but both of these young men here will be over a century mark by the time we get to halftime.
Fellas, here's the thing. I mean, people talk about you throwing against somebody. It's been more merciful for us to throw than it has been run. Back to the ground they go. Big open hole on the corner. Fields with a little shake and bake trying to get into the end zone. They'll bring him down at the 1, but once again, he had green grass and a corner to work with. Turned it easily and picks up another 16 yards. First and goal from the 1 now for the Rockets.
Fields keep working hard, and I tell you what, Fields is over there as a freshman. He's saying, Coach, I need you to call a play for me. I got us all the way down here to the goal line. Can you find a way to get me in that end zone?
A little Barry Sanders shake right there at about the 5.
And these running backs are feeling it, T-Roy, and these blocks. And here in a second, T-Roy, I need you to tell the folks at home I need Peter Wilson or somebody to put those linemen up on the screen again.
Yeah, we're going to do that again because, man, they are playing wonderfully as they go back to Liam Bell, and he'll just take it into the end zone. Liam says, you know what, I'll take 3 touchdowns for the night. He gets it from 1 yard away, and we see Gravy. Big Luke Allen down there, a major role in why they're getting into the end zone. High five with Cameron Street as they help Bell to get in one more time, and it is now, fellas, 34-0. And we've still got over 9 minutes left to play here in the second quarter.
Speaking of freshmen and sophomores, we'll be able to see a lot of freshmen and sophomores from the Rockets in the second half.
We may see Ricky Sweeney, Troy Cashin, and Noble Mays before it's over with.
We lost our eligibility, sir. We used it all up.
G-Square on for the point after try. It is in the air and good. And new score here from Community High School, 35-0 Rockets as the onslaught continues.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditions. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
And welcome back. The Rockets feeling pretty good about themselves now, 35-0 here. And, you know, this is what you kind of expected. The Rockets, a lot of folks were saying, hey, come out here. They need to take care of business early, and they've done what they've needed to. G-Square says, you know what, I got a little wind behind me now. I'm going to try to kick it through the goalpost on the other end. He was pretty darn close.
He put it over the fence, T-Roy. He get a double, ground rule double that time, bounced over the fence.
Man, this defense back on the field now, and, boy, I'm just still head-scratching right now. You know, and for the Rockets, you're going to walk away and people are going to say, yeah, they did what they were supposed to do. You know, that's the thing. But I think with a team like the Rockets, you came out, they weren't happy with what happened in week one. They come back last week, had to come back. I think you're seeing progression.
I don't disagree with any of that, But let's stay true to what you said. There will be a lot of folks who will say they did what they were supposed to do, and what they're doing now is what you're supposed to do against a team of this status.
Barnett, that little flip coming left, shedding a couple of tacklers, getting to the corner now. Sideline and staying on his feet, picking up a first down is Isaac Jacobs, the sophomore. And Noel, that's just that little flip back into the shotgun. Quarterback just kind of touches it, comes by, picks it up is Jacobs.
And you know what I like about it, the way he ran the ball, athletic. So all you can do if you're a coach, if you get a couple athletes on your team, you just try to figure out how to scheme up some plays, and you put the ball in their hand multiple times throughout the course of the game.
This time they'll have 3 wides to the right side of the field, back that way as well. Turn and pitch. Fleming. And nothing doing there. Boy, that was super slow to develop, and that gave pursuit all kinds of time to get there. Let's see who that was. 17, who's Landon Groenveld, 25, Cohen Grissom.
It was so slow developing that I'm still not certain
if he wasn't going to throw it.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, because his body language didn't look as though he was going to run it, and plus they did have a wide receiver running a flag route out here around the 40-yard line.
Nice job by one of those seniors, Groenveld. He's been really good on special teams. Getting an opportunity here early as he makes the stop along with Grissom. It'll bring up now 2nd down and 17 after the loss of 7. Jacobs in motion, and Patrick a little bit too anxious that time. He's like, I got quarterback inside. I'm fixing to get me number 4.
It's the man in front of him, number 50, who moved, and that's what got Patrick eager there. But I tell you what, Patrick has been coming out. Troy, I don't know if you have ever, back in your days, watched a football practice and enjoyed it, but that's when the coach used to get those big down linemen and put them in them little chutes, and they wouldn't let them come up. They had to stay low, and that's how Patrick has been coming out. He's been staying low.
2nd down now and 22 as they'll throw it out of the backfield. Pass caught Jacobs, and he had a shadow on him immediately. As getting out there, Tegan Vanderploeg, the sophomore. Very nicely done. That was staying with the receiver out of the backfield, breaking down and making the open field tackle.
Young man, how I pronounce it, Groenveld?
No, that's Vanderploeg.
Yes, but Groenveld, he's doing an excellent job of coming up and putting pressure because he's coming from a long way. For this young man here to be in a twin safety set back here, this young man is doing an excellent job of going up and meeting the ball right around the line of scrimmage.
3rd down from Eagleville now, as we're under 7 minutes left here, 2nd quarter. Dropping back, screen, center of the field, tipped at the line of scrimmage. Who got a hand on that?
If I'm not mistaken, let me take a closer look, but
trying to see.
It looks like number 72.
72. Yeah. That's going to be Andrew Winsett, the junior, who gets in on the stop, or bats it down, and now 4th down again for the Vikings, and this has been as good a play for the Rockets all night long.
It has been, and I tell you what, they're sending in number 4, the quarterback, and he is not punting this time. So, unfortunately, the coaching staff has gotten tired of the situation with the punting situation, but these circumstances here, I guess if he was to punt it again, it wouldn't mount to much. But here's that trip sets again to the right, T-Roy.
There's a show on TV somebody wants to watch early. They're going to go home here. We're going to help you to get to plus 35 here. Heaving it as far as he can. It's up in the air, up for grabs. And did he catch it?
He did.
He did catch it, but he's still short of the 1st down.
He did.
Better than a punt as Mekhi Fleming goes up and gets it at about the 39. He was about 3 yards shy still of his 1st down. But a nice individual effort by Fleming, and you hate it for a guy like that who has obviously got some talent.
Yes, indeed. He was one-on-one in coverage out there was Cantrell, and just threw the ball up in the air and let the athlete go up there and get it. And I'll tell you what, one more time, I know it was not a 1st down, but it's another case of putting the ball up and giving your athletes a chance.
But I'm thinking about this. Fleming lost his basketball season for the most part last year. The guy's outstanding on the basketball court. And as he throws his helmet down here, do you really, if I'm him, I take my hat off to him. because he's like, you know what?
I know where you're headed, T.
Yeah,
I
could lose another basketball season for this.
I know exactly where you're headed, but it says a lot about the young man.
Yes. Cantrell out of the backfield, swings it out. Bell with the catch. That's Liam with it. And he'll be very close to another first down.
If we can come back for a second to Fleming, because it's 35-0, and I don't think anybody at home would be mad if we just respect Fleming just for a second. T-Roy, the young man, as you talked about it, highlighted, particularly this day and age with young men looking forward to the future and singling on just one sport. For this young man to come out here and play this game with this team, with them not having a lot of success, it tells me how special of a young man he actually is.
Definitely hats off to him, because like you say, you're thinking, hey, I could come out here and get hurt in a game like this, lose a whole season, but he's willing to strap it on, come out here and play, and I take my hat off to him.
And he's enjoying his adolescence and his high school years. You cannot go back and get those back. You don't get a bunch of what-ifs.
Zebra convention at about the 40 is they're talking some things over. Bryce Tankersley listening in on that conversation. Let's see what we've got here.
Rockets are walking backwards.
Yeah, y'all fellas, I'm still just baffled right now that I can't put my head around where the program's at right now. I mean, these, you know, if this, and I'm thinking about Forrest, and we're an aberration, I know, but people at Forrest care about every athletic program. This is not going to be acceptable. I mean, you're not going to have 15 years of us not making the playoffs. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I mean, I think complacency maybe has set in. That the program's just gotten to a point where it's going to be hard for somebody to drag it out.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what we talk about. That's the culture, T-Roy. So
right up the gut, on the move, 20, 15, 10, and finally brought him down, and that is Marable. He gets his hands on the football, and he says, you know what? I'll take a couple more of those, coaches. I'm going to show you what I can do right here.
Excellent job. And the young man, imagine the fact that they were right around the midfield that time. And this young man here, he took the ball from the right side of the field and brought it all the way to the far sideline on the left sideline, T-Roy.
That's a 40 chunk for Marable from the 48 to the 8. So 40 there for Antonio, and it's first and goal again for the Rockets.
Coach Eli Stevenson finna give him a touchdown, T-Roy. Single back set, Marable touchdown.
Antonio, let's see if you can do it again. Nope, they're going to give it Fields. Fields coming right, and he got banged down hard. It's not definitely how you want to do it. Percy Wilson, the junior, he came up and didn't make an attempt to wrap up. He just banged into him and knocked Fletcher Fields down.
He did that like they do it at the big league, T-Roy, and they no longer wrap up. They go for the shot. And that young man there, he put that two-hand shiver on him and threw everything he had into him.
Second down and goal now, back at the 9. Loss of 1. Bryce Tankersley will be your lone receiver right side of the field. Marable behind Aiden Cantrell. Looking as they go inside, and once again, another touchdown. They rolled right with Cantrell. He pulled the defense away, and they go right up the gut with Fletcher Fields for the TD.
Coach is doing an excellent job at team morale. You have, as you said, T-Roy.
Look at it again.
Yes,
here
sir.
we go. Yeah. Good job here by Peter Wilson.
What the committee, running back by committee, you got to keep everybody happy. You got to get a lot of touches around.
We'll tell you not that it's going to make any difference, but if you hadn't guessed, Gavin Grissom just hammered through the extra point, but we go back here again. Watch Fields. Good acceleration, and again, they didn't lay a glove on him till he was in the end zone. Nicely blocked up front. The big guys doing work as your new score now, 42-0 Forrest.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun.
If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Take Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo! Welcome back. G Square's icing his leg over on the sideline. He'll come out here and put it in the air one more time.
And with the wind blowing in this direction, you can fully anticipate this will not be returned.
Grissom approaches, and he'll hammer this one high, long, and into the end zone. And once again, this one not coming out. And the Vikings will take over at the 20. And, fellas, this is something now you have to look into the future a little bit. The Rockets are right on the cusp on the enrollment numbers of going up to 3A, and you figure the next time they reclassify, they're probably going to end up in that classification. Community's already gone up to 3A. So now you've got a 3A football team here against a 2A, and we got this result.
3A have some heavyweights in it, Troy. They got some heavyweights in 3A football in the state of Tennessee.
Well, you think if you go up, you're going to have Watertowns in this same region. You got Giles County. That's the big heavyweight. Sequatchie County's in that region, and that's probably what you're looking at if you're the Rockets when they move up. But for Community, that road doesn't get any easier to get any better as they go back to the ground game again as Fleming will pick up a couple. And you know, I hate to say it, but I'm just going to give it to him every time I can. I'm old. You know, he's going to be like Franklin for Cornersville. I want to get it in his hands.
Again, I appreciate you allowing me to do this every once in a while. I appreciate the concept and where you're coming from, but as a coach and as that young man, you cannot give it to him every time because you got to keep the defense honest, and you got to try to mix it up and sprinkle him in to give him a chance to be successful.
He'll be stationed to the quarterback, Barnett's right, as they go back to the ground. Fleming again, center of the field, trying to find some running room. Squirts free. He's in the center of the field at the 40 and taken down there. But again, once again, nice individual effort by Fleming as Fields on the stop. Got a little help, did Fletcher. I didn't see who the other player was. I apologize there for the Rockets. But he picks up 17 and a lone bright spot for the Vikings as we approach the 4-minute mark left here in the second quarter.
And I'll tell you what, going back and seeing Fleming, Community, they have a gift in that young man.
They do. Outstanding athlete, and once again, hats off to him here tonight as team-wise, he hasn't seen a whole lot of success. Quick screen out here on the right side, and Rockets were there once more as it went through the hands of the intended target. That's number 11, who, again, we don't have on our roster.
Ball was thrown accurately, T-Roy.
It was.
It just went through his hands. So, again, that's just the case. And if you think about it, you got Fleming, and I can't remember the young man I seen running the ball earlier. I think it was maybe a number 6 maybe. There was a young man. I thought he was, but he was excellent running the ball. Excellent job of somebody, but they have about 2 athletes on here. Maybe Jacobs, maybe? Yeah.
They got some guys. I'm looking at 74 up front. Evan Jeans, a sophomore. They got some decent size along the line. Snap is high. Barnett able to hang on. Now he's running for his life. Rockets giving chase as Barnett trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Turns it upfield. Maybe picks up a couple out of that as he had to run about 25 to pick up 2.5.
Yes, he did, and I think that was Taylor again that time. Doing an excellent job of coming up and making that tackle that time. Yes, indeed.
They have had a hard time with that center quarterback exchange on numerous times tonight. Barnett's limping a little bit as he looks toward the sideline here.
That's a lot of pressure, and I tell you what, I don't know if Fleming is just cool as a fan, but he doesn't have a lot of movement in his legs either.
No, he's conserving energy.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
He's taking a pounding here tonight. This time 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as they'll work from that gun. Looking to throw over here quickly, and the whistle comes, and not sure the Rockets heard that whistle that time.
I heard it up here. You got to teach the young man to get rid of the ball.
Who was that? Was that Vanderpool? Nope, that was 55. Was that That's Heinrichs coming after him. I think we've got a timeout. Let's just keep it here, fellas. Next week, back at home. You got a couple at home. You got homecoming coming up in 2 weeks. Couple of games, too. You look on that schedule, and before the season starts, you look at them as winnable contests. Cannon County, White House Heritage. You want to see improvement over what you've seen here tonight, and we talk about improving. I mean, these guys have done what they've needed to do. Offensive line has been very impressive. Backs have said, hey, you know what, I've got a hole, I'll run through it. But taking care of the football, you want to keep improving in that that area. You want to limit those turnovers, and you step into the region, and more than likely, you pick up one region win, you're headed to the playoffs. So pick up one next week, get that out of the way. Penalties is the one thing right now. That is, 6 penalties, Ricky?
6 here in the first half.
So that's the only knock right now on the Rockets thus far. 6 penalties. T-Roy got to clean that up, as you alluded to earlier.
Third down. They'll work from the Wildcat now with Fleming. Looking for a blocker, and he gets cut down on the corner. Really nicely done by Eli Bell. He came up and took him down right at the ankles.
When you say nicely done, 5'11", 160-pound sophomore, he had to actually fight through several of those purple jerseys.
And he was like a heat-seeking missile, came right at the legs, the ankles of Fleming, took him down, lost on the play of about 5. It'll bring up 4th down and 13 now as that clock approaches the 2-minute mark left here in this second quarter.
And just as you highlight Bell making a big play, on the community side, you got to communicate to them you cannot have 4 purple jerseys out there and not block 1 white jersey.
Exactly. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Barnett looking right side as he'll throw it down the field. Fleming trying to make the grab. He would have been short of his first down anyway. As they isolated him over here on the right side, and nice sportsmanship. The Rockets know Blake Moore went over, patted him on the helmet. Little respect there for Fleming. But, again, they turn it over on downs. Another short field for the Rockets, and plenty of time for them. $1:49 left here second quarter with it already 42-0.
Coach just simply said, I'm going to put the ball in the vicinity of my best player. You had your quarterback roll out, and he only had one option, T-Roy. One option. It's a great option, but you don't want to reduce yourself to only one option, even though it may be Fleming.
One receiver short side of the field is Cantrell. Straight back to pass, got some heat, rolls to his right, stays alive, and the pass is almost intercepted there. As Cantrell did a good job just to keep himself in the play as he was rolling right under heavy pressure.
Braxton Stacy, number 52, who's providing that pressure, and he's a freshman also.
So second down now. And I said it's merciful to throw the football. Usually you're thinking you're really trying to pile it on if you're throwing, but running the football tonight has been just like a sledgehammer for the Rockets tonight. They've just been pounding the Vikings up front.
They certainly have. And speaking of the Vikings speaking of the Rockets pounding them, T-Roy, after this play, I want to ask you one more time, highlight those big men up front. Kind of name for me what those guys lined up front.
I was looking over on this left side. Let's see, Wynn and Winstead are in on that left side, and we'll try to get some more as they go back to the ground. Marable lost the handle on it, and it looks like the Vikings have got it.
Ball is loose.
Marable got hit as he got to the 35. Ball squirts free, and the Vikings pick up the football on the turnover.
Looks like number 9 that time. Yes, sir.
Jackson Stacy, the freshman.
I'm going to assume maybe that's a set of twins or cousins or something, both freshmen, and Stacy's across the board there.
So now the Vikings have avoided the Rockets punching it in again. They had been perfect tonight. Every possession had resulted in a touchdown until there.
And again, we know what the coaches will say. They will say, yes, it is 42-0, but they'll highlight the penalties, and they will highlight the turnovers.
Yes, exactly. And for real, you hate to have that happen, but it'll just give the coaches something to harp on. Quickly, they swing it out, pass in the air, and boy, that was danger. Will Robinson, as that one hung up there for a while. Niles Taylor was lurking but couldn't get to it on the ricochet. It'll be second down.
Again, well-thrown ball. That's exactly how you want to hit him. You want to hit him in stride and give him the luxury to be able to look up and see where the safety's at, T-Roy.
But that receiver let it get on it, in on him, pop right off his chest high into the air, and almost able to be intercepted there by Taylor.
And again, coach is just calling in the plays, and what we're seeing here is what we all know.
It's one of those, all those young guys on the sidelines are just following the coaches around. Hey,
yes,
pick me. I need to go in. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm fresh.
You need personnel, T-Roy, in order to be effective.
Looking toward Fleming. Rockets had that one sniffed out, and he'll throw it back the other side. Will Barnett. So here's the thing. If you're the Vikings at this point, you're throwing there. I'm almost thinking, hey, let's just run this thing, let the clock run a couple of times, and get out of the halftime without another score on the board. But making it a little easier for the Rockets is they don't have to take a timeout. Not that I'm thinking they're going to anyway here, up 42-0. But
no, there's a level of sportsmanship that we all know. It's just unwritten rule, 42-0 when you're playing an opponent.
You know, we've seen some of those things, Nova, when it's always nice when that comes back and bites you in the rear end a little bit later on. We see some teams get a little full of themselves, and then when they're on the other side, it's not quite as fun for them as that time. Nicely done by Barnett as he got away from the rushing Swihart, dumped it up the field, pass incomplete. But a really good job. Swihart had him dead to rights that time, kind of faked him out a little bit, got Luke airborne, and was able to fight away to get his pass off. Incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down now with a minute and 4 seconds left here in the second quarter.
That's that backyard football play where you pump fake a little bit and get the defender up in the air and just keep the ball and give yourself a little cushion to be able to release it downfield. No one was open that time, but again, trying to look for Fleming there that time again.
Quarterback saying, hey, that needs to be my highlight reel. Little Johnny, you need to run on down the field. Let me throw this one up. That's supposed to be my highlight reel.
They've been chasing him all day. He's been running most of the first half.
4th and 10, and they go to the ground with Fleming. Fleming had about 4 guys on him initially. He had no chance that time before he's finally wrapped up. Let's see, who got there first? It was 45. Monreal gets there. Giovanni Monreal, the junior. And then plenty of help as the Rockets will take over now with 53 seconds left here, second quarter.
When you say plenty of help, we're going to go ahead and give Clayson Jones, number 32, some love, and we're going to give Jackson Blakemore, number 57, some love. That's the plenty of help that he received.
Fellas, let's get, I know we got Wynn and Winsett. Let's see who the rest of that line is if we can.
I got number 52, Matthew Morgan. He's entered the game, sophomore, 5'10", 195 pounds.
Give left side, cutting it back 30. Stays on his feet down to about the 26-yard line, as that's going to be 34. And that's another one of those freshmen, Jacob Tincher. He had an outstanding middle school career, and he was one of those guys that I was looking forward to getting up to this level along with Fields. So he gets the carry there here late in the quarter as the clock continues to run. Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 from the Viking 27.
Also in the game, T-Roy, number 72, Andrew Winsett, number 78, Jackson Wynn, and number 34, Jacob Tincher.
They'll give Fields looking right side, trying to find some room. Accelerates, now cuts it back inside. He'll pick up his first down. Taken down, and that will do it for your first half of action here from Unionville. It was all Rockets in the first half. At the break, well, we're going to run one more. Maybe. Let's see. I don't think they're going to rush it here. First down, so the clock's going to stop for a sec.
Yes, indeed. Number 70, Mitchell Todd, take advantage of this little time. And number 10, Aiden Beard in the game as well.
We've reached halftime with your score. The Forrest Rockets 42 and the Community Vikings nothing. We'll be back.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students. From delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank, Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technology such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop in and visit Mack Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mack Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mack Equipment.
Funeral Home and Cremation Services had its beginning in 1939 when Thomas H. Lawrence established the business. Lawrence Funeral Home has always strived to provide compassionate, dignified, and professional service to every family it serves, regardless of their circumstances. Lawrence Funeral Home pledges to the families of Marshall and surrounding counties to continue providing excellence in funeral service. In your time of need, our family is there for your family. Lawrence Funeral Home and Cremation Service.
Are you moving to the area and need a place to store your possessions? Are you trying to declutter your existing space or needing a place to park your boat, RV, truck, trailer, or camper? There's a simple solution. It's Highway 99 Storage. Conveniently located off Highway 99 and James King Road, it's a lighted, secure, and fenced-in area to keep your valuables safe. New units available with climate control. Call 364-5678 to rent. That's Highway 99 Storage.
And welcome back here at halftime, 42-0 Forrest, and we're going to watch the Band of Blue perform here as we talk to you a little bit at halftime. Folks, we will tell you, of course, if you go to the fridge in the second half, don't be surprised if we're in the postgame. We're going to have a running clock in this second half of action, so it'll be a quick night here at Community for the Rockets here this evening. Ricky Sweeney working his little fingers to the bone here as we get set for some halftime stats, and Noble, again, we kind of thought this was going to happen this way, but for the Rockets, it's nice to come out here and execute.
It is. You were asking kind of for a catalyst and getting off to a good start. And you get great field position. You go in and you punch it in, so you can't get a better start than this. And I know we've highlighted a couple penalties, and Mr. Sweeney will give us some stats and a couple turnovers or whatever the nature is of that. But what you ultimately need is you needed the offense to be able to get some confidence because the defense has been carrying them for 2 games. So you needed to be able to get a little confidence builder, and we've been highlighting those front guys up front. So that's exactly what you want to do when the opportunity presents itself.
Ricky, go ahead.
Got him. All right, folks. Rockets lead it here at halftime by the score of 42-0. Rockets rushed it 23 times for 275 yards. Cantrell passing 3 of 7, no interceptions for 20 yards. So total offense for your Forrest Rockets tonight, 295 yards of first half total yards. Community, they rushed it 17 times for 31 yards. Barnett was 3 of 12 passing for 75 yards. Total offense 106 for Unionville and Community. And just a couple of those big plays got them that 106. Otherwise, it's been a long night for them. Individually, for your Forrest Rockets, Liam Bell, 7 carries, 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Eli Bell, 5 carries, 101 and a touchdown. Fletcher Fields, 5 carries, 38 yards and a touchdown. Cohen Grissom, 1 carry for 6 yards. Gavin Grissom, G-squared, Noble's man, 2 carries, 13 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Marable, 2 carries for 44. Jacob Tincher, 1 for 7. Individually for Community, Niles Barnett, quarterback, 1 carry for 2 yards. James Bowling, 3 carries for -3. Mekhi Fleming, 8 carries for 16. Isaac Jacobs, 3 carries for 25. And the punter had a couple of carries, not by his choice. Daniel Walters, 2 carries for -9. Barnett passing. He was 3 of 12 for 75 yards in the first half. And the Rockets lead it 42-0 here at the half.
Fellas, I'm still sitting here shaking my head. I'm just trying to comprehend what I've seen here in the first half.
What conclusions have you drawn, T-Roy?
I just don't know. I'm really astounded, and I mean I'm trying not to come off, and I know this is going to sound awful, but I'm sitting here thinking, program-wise, this is a 15-plus-year-old program. You shouldn't be going through. It should be, if you're down, it should be a cycle. There hasn't been an up here. How do you get it? I'm thinking, how did you get it to up?
And Troy, as bright as you are, I don't know where you're going to go with this, but as I was listening to you, I think about a couple of professional teams that have always been bad, and that just
culture.
It has to do with the culture. It doesn't matter. Every once in a while, when you sprinkle in an excellent player or something of that nature, maybe player development or something like that, they just don't seem to develop the player, or they don't keep them motivated, or something just doesn't seem to gel, because there are some professional teams that consistently show up and they just don't perform well. And when you start thinking about at this level, it has to do more than just personnel. It's got to do with something, the culture, motivating young folks to come out and play, and finding a way to keep them motivated and geared and locked in.
I'm just thinking about the kids on that sideline. I mean, I'm giving them some respect, because you look down at these stands and you're thinking, home opener, there's nobody here. I mean, very sparse crowd here. You're just looking up and thinking, hey, it'd be nice to see some friendly faces here, and just I think that's where this program's at right now, and it's sad for the athletes in this program.
It's hard, and the parents, when you think of the parents, and what I mean by the parents, if you look at this crowd, that also goes to the culture. It doesn't have to be your child for you just to come to a game on a Friday night, and the crowd's not that large. Anytime the visiting team has more people in the stadium than you have at home, that speaks to the culture.
Folks, got to mention this. Thanks, Ricky. A couple of things we wanted to pass along. We see the Band of Blue performing here at halftime. Do want to remind you, the fundraiser for the Forrest High Band of Blue, that is the Forrest Fish Fry. This year, all the proceeds are going to benefit the Forrest Band of Blue. That'll take place next Friday, September the 8th, from 5 to 7 at the Forrest High School cafeteria. If you have not been to this, you need to go. This is a really great event. Wonderful food and a good chance to support the Rocket Band of Blue. Fish, fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink for $12. All of it, 100% goes to the Forrest High School Band of Blue. Thanks to the great folks at Apex Bank for putting on that event, and that will be next week. If you do not have your tickets, of course, you can drop by and pick those up there at Apex Bank, and, of course, the Band of Blue will be greatly appreciative. It's that event next Friday night, right before the football game. So come out, eat early, and head over and watch some good football next week as the Rockets will entertain new region foe Cannon County. Also, we do want to remind you the Duck River Valley Cornhole Tournament for the benefit of Micah McClendon. That'll take place on Sunday. So 2 big events. We got the Fish Fry on Friday, the Cornhole Tournament benefiting Micah on Sunday, September the 10th at 2 o'clock. $100 per team to get your team in. It'll take place at 1445 Old Highway 99 in Chapel Hill. They've got an NFL live stream, live DJ, and concessions will be available. Bring a chair and or tent, and BYOB. Bring your own beverage. You can register at First Commerce Bank or contact David Delk at 931-993-1671. Once again, David's number 931-993-1671 to get your team registered. Donations, you can give those as well. They're greatly appreciated. Sponsorships are available. Once again, 100% of the proceeds go directly to the Micah McClendon Trust Fund. So 2 great events for you next week. We'll have the Fish Fry benefiting the Band of Blue put on by Apex Bank. That will be from 5 until 7. You'll have the football game, Cannon County coming in for a 7 o'clock matchup. And then on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, it'll be the Duck River Valley Cornhole Tournament for the benefit of Micah McClendon. And do want to pass those along as two wonderful events. And if you can get out there, like I say, benefit, get a little good fish, hush puppies, and fries. Man, we did that last year, and man, we were like struggling to get back to the game. We were dead weights by the time we got back. We had to sit there and let everything kind of work off for a little while before the game. That was some good food.
Yeah, that was good. It's always a good crowd. You can catch up on seeing some friends there that you hadn't seen all summer, and now it's working in toward the fall time, and great atmosphere. Come on down and support the Band of Blue.
It's all wrapped up into one weekend, so you can certainly put that in and build it in, and also you can bring your own bags as well, T-Roy, your cornhole bags. So
right.
you can also bring some bags.
There's a lot of things you can put for that B there.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
That may be how we spend the second half. Everybody just call in and give us a B there. We're going to be looking for some things here in the second half to talk about. So maybe that's our subject of the night here. You can fill in your own B for BYOB in the second half. And folks, let's take another break. We won't get a lot of opportunity in the second half with the running clock. Let's take a break. Hear from some of our fine sponsors.
Lewisburg Animal Hospital is Marshall County's premier small animal veterinary hospital. As part of the community since 1977, our 4 doctors and highly skilled team offer preventative care, internal medicine, general surgery, and ultrasound. In addition, Maggie Rue Pet Retreat and Grooming Salon is located adjacent to the hospital and offers a full-service grooming and lodging for your companions. Give us a call to schedule an appointment. Lewisburg Animal Hospital is proud to be your other family doctor.
Your one-stop shop to keep your vehicle running smooth is J&J Automotive. From routine maintenance like oil changes to brake repairs, tires and alignment, and exhaust work as well, J&J has got you covered. They work on gas and diesel engines. Call Vince or Matt Jackson at 931-364-5602 or stop by their location at 1791 Highway 99. Keep your vehicle in tip-top shape at J&J Automotive.
Moving forward with strong tradition. It's the town's motto, but it holds so true today. The town of Chapel Hill is balancing expanded growth with preserving the small town traditions that make it special. The town's administration and employees would like to take this time to reaffirm their commitment to the citizens of Chapel Hill and to wish the Rockets and Lady Rockets success in their upcoming seasons. From the home of the Lions Super Bowl of the South, the town of Chapel Hill says, "Go Rockets!"
Amigos Mexican Grill is the place you'll find all your authentic favorites, from burritos to enchiladas to sizzling fajitas, all served fast and fresh. Dine in, order online, or call in your order at 364-2222. Also, Amigos has catering services available for your next big occasion as well. Good food, good times at Amigos Mexican Grill, 216 South Orton Parkway. Visit their other locations in Lewisburg and Spring Hill. Amigos, proud supporters of the Rockets.
Advanced Eye Care Clinic, Dr. Jeffrey Jordan and his staff offer a wide range of services, including comprehensive eye exams, advanced testing, and eye disease management. Fashion frames from top names like Guess and Kate Spade. They also stay on top of new eye care advances like Vuity and Upneat, and that unique Dr. J touch that always leaves you with a smile until your next visit. Make your appointment at 359-4373. Advanced Eye Care Clinic, 815 East Commerce.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Ream Heating Equipment was designed to bring affordable comfort to any home. So no matter your budget, we can help you feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Oh, come on! Yes, let's go!
When it's time for a tune-up or a new HVAC system, contact the trusted pros at Clint's Air Care for expert service and installation.
And welcome back here at halftime as the Rockets in control firmly here by a score of 42-0 here at the break. And Ricky, I was just trying to think back. We've been doing this quite a while. Noble, do you remember any time where we've just seen someone come in and you know, we've seen, I'm sure, times of it, but just where year after year it's kind of been an uphill struggle?
Well,
we've seen teams go in cycles before, but I just don't think, I mean, there was a year when we did Tiger football that Marshall County went 1-9, but I don't think that we were ever to the point where, all right, this is going to be like a year in, year out thing, that there was never any hope. Of course, Rockets didn't have a great season, not by their standards last year, but I don't think everybody was like there's just no hope. I just don't. The thing I feel like now at Community, there's just not a whole lot of hope around here. You don't see the crowd, and you see, you know, you don't see upperclassmen playing. You got the younger guys playing. There's just not a lot of hope around this program right now.
And I'll let Mr. Sweeney speak on it a little more in depth, T-Roy, but as I was listening to you, I think there has always, particularly at a high school level, there has always been at least one team that has always had their way with another team. You can always go back and you just look and you say, hey, they haven't beaten them maybe but once in about 20 or 30 years. And I've been around Mr. Sweeney for a while since I've been coming here to the Rockets game, and I think he's always sprinkled in there's at least one or two teams that the Rockets beat up on every year, and they've been doing that for decades.
Yeah, and it's hard to break that stigma or whatever you want to call it, because, I mean, you think, well, we've lost 14 in a row or however many it is, and you just go into the game, you're kind of down. So
think about how special what Coach Randolph did at Cornersville, because Cornersville had been down for years and years, and I don't think to this extent, but you walked into the season and there wasn't an awful lot of hope we're going to win. You know, not like they're going to go winless. They win a few games, but the program wasn't getting to the playoffs consistently. They'd have a good year every once in a while, but they came in and went to back-to-back, you know, state championship games.
Yeah, I think, and the numbers play a big part. It's hard to practice with 24 players. I think I only counted 24 dressed out tonight for Community, and that makes it tough when you got you're practicing against freshmen, young folks.
Yeah, look out here. I mean, we counted 60 plus on the Forrest sideline, and I mean, when you're getting that kind of interest year after year, you're going to find some guys that can fill some positions. And Coach Stevenson talked about in our interview today on our coaches' corner. We got depth now. You know, you can look down the sideline, and in that fourth quarter when Cornersville was having some trouble with cramps and those kind of things because those guys were playing so hard and playing both ways, you got some guys that can play just one side of the football, or you can come in and sub them for a few plays.
Well, we saw one sport take a different turn this year. Community girls hadn't beat the Rockets maybe ever, and look what happened this year. So
I mean, it can be done. I just don't. I've never come and thought. I just don't see hope there.
Yeah.
Well, and hope is a strong word. That's a strong word. But as you dive a little deeper, not only was Mr. Sweeney talking about the turn in the softball for Community, but almost every high school in particular, you can always go in there and people will tell you what type of sport that high school is. They'll be able to say there's some sport. This is a football team. This is a football community.
This is a basketball school.
Yes, so they'll be able to say that. And what that translates to, that we don't focus on the other side, they're basically telling you we don't put much emphasis or much high expectations on these other sports. And unfortunately for Community, as you said, they haven't really identified which sport it happens to be theirs.
Ricky will know. Back in the day, of course, it was a 10-team district. And you had a lot of teams, and we'll talk about a couple of them. Eagleville got into the district in basketball my last year, which was 1984, in our senior season. There were 10 teams in there. Eagleville comes over, and there were 5 or 6 teams in that district that were really good. But teams that put an emphasis on every sport. If we're going to have we're going to play cards outside, we're going to be the best that we can be at it. You got Forrest, you got Moore County, who, by the way, leading Eagleville 26-20 at halftime. Good tight ball game there.
you know, there were schools, Cascade put a lot of emphasis. Their football wasn't as great back in the day, but it wasn't because I don't think they put some emphasis into it. You know, teams that just really expected, hey, we're going to come out here, we're going to field a good competitive team. It's not going to be, all right, we're just going to send some guys out here and wait till the next sport comes along. There have been a lot of teams in these communities that it's a source of pride for the community, and the people that are sitting in the stands, you know, they're going to come if you're losing. You know, you're losing like this at Forrest. Can you imagine? I mean, they got a pitchfork and fire coming toward your house, ready to burn it down. If that's the case, you know, there's an emphasis and an expectation there that there's not. And you know, how do you set that expectation? I mean, you think about being competitive. After a while, losing seeps in. I don't care how competitive you are. If you're getting your brains beat in every game, eventually it takes its toll.
And you talked about it, and keep in mind, that's human nature. It doesn't matter what level of athletics you playing. That's human nature. You just buy into the fact that I don't want to participate in that sport with this particular school or that group of individuals because I kind of know what the results are going to be. So you have to have a winning program and things of that nature, because I've seen special athletes like Fleming in a lot of places, and I've seen people go in and drain him out of that community. They'll just go take him out of the community, and you'll lose your athletes that way.
Let's think about this, though. How good is it for those young guys from Forrest? They're saying, hey, you know what, we've been pretty good. We're matching up against these guys, and, hey, they've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores. They're playing more varsity than we are right now, but, hey, Mr. Fields, Mr. Tincher, freshman, gets out there. Mr. Patrick, you know, those guys have come out on the field, and they're like, hey, well, I got my opportunity. I'm getting the job done.
That's that middle school mentality.
Yes.
That's the preparation. That's that basically where you have the little farm league, so to speak, where you pumping them out year after year. T-Roy,
take your hats off to Coach Johnson and his staff. They do a wonderful job with those middle school guys, and boy, they've made a great dent. Got a great feeder program there. They coach them up, and they're ready when they get to the high school level. They're ready to compete.
And I have not ever seen a successful high school program that did not have a successful middle school program. I've never seen that.
Yeah, you may have a down year here and there, but that is so important to get those guys. And you remember the stories about Trousdale County, that they would start the guys every level of football from pee-wee to high school. Everybody ran the same plays. So by the time those guys got to high school, they could be blindfolded and run those plays. They were so good at them. And, you know, that's the emphasis. And the Rockets, you know, Chapel Hill's the same way. Good youth program, put a lot of emphasis on it, and it shows at this level.
And I had the luxury of meeting the coach at Trousdale County, and he spoke about that culture you just spoke about. The expectation was there that when they got there that they would win.
G Square getting set to kick this one off here and begin this abbreviated second half here from Community. As he'll be kicking with a little slight breeze, and he'll hammer this one long and deep, and it'll hit at the 1 and kick into the end zone, and Community will start again at the 20. Fellas, I think for the Rockets right here, you've gotten out of the first half. You're not going to sustain any injuries that we know of. That's one thing. You want to get the young guys in, get them some experience. That's another big plus. I mean, we see Cantrell had to come in and play quarterback. You want to get these guys some experience that when they come in, it's not deer in the headlights, just get down to business.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of new guys in, number 28, T-Roy, help me out with the young man's name there. Number 28 for the Rockets. Let
me get my roster, get my light on it. I'm sorry.
I got Kason Owen, number 14 also, so I'm a snap there, T-Roy. There's a big player, first down here, T-Roy, for the Community. They come out of the locker room real excited this time, and they're hitting each other on the hammer. They're real excited this time.
Roar ball,
yes,
28.
Thank you. And this is exactly how you want to start the game out. Number 12 that time, carrying the ball for Community that time, and he picked up about 13 huge yards that time.
Davion High on the carry.
Community 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line now. As they'll tap it to Jacobs, and he is being pursued. Gets out of one would-be tackle, gets to the corner, and he'll be very close to his first down, but a penalty marker comes from the back here, so that one may be headed back.
Yes, indeed. Marable in on the tackle on the sideline that time, and we talked about the culture of Community, but 42-0, you can't ask for anything more than this coming out of the locker room and having these young men still excited to be able to play.
Yeah. Testament to them. The young Rockets are coming out of here, and they're saying, hey, we get a chance right now. You got to be hyped up if you're a Rocket now. I get a chance to show the coaches what I can do. Maybe I get a little more playing time when the game's tight. So a little something on the line for them as this one's going to come back. And, that's one of those important things is when you're one of those guys that you may be just outside of the rotation, that you're getting regular playing time. No better way to show the coaches, hey, I want to earn my keep and play a few more minutes than here.
Yes, indeed, and we'll sprinkle in some of these names here periodically there, T-Roy. A lot of Rocket players being able to get a start here in the second half.
Good size, big number 70, Mitchell Todd in that one. Somebody had the wrong count there.
Flag down before the snap.
And several players out there that's new to the program, new to playing. We talked about Clayson Jones, number 32, being out there and playing, but several others.
Vanderpool, 35, out there as well. Let's see, Noble. We'll keep looking at those numbers.
Yes, indeed.
Because your starters are sitting over there playing cheerleader right now. They're saying, hey, we got the job done in the first half. We want to see you guys succeed.
And that's how you root them on. Mr. Sweeney talked about it. 60 players. They play at practice as well.
Quick throw, slant caught. First down across the middle, and the tackle made by Taylor.
Good for a first down.
First down, interception by Luis Butler, the sophomore. And the Rockets had a little confusion that time, and Community made the nice read that time to the open receiver. Butler picks up his first down.
Accurate pass one more time, and he hit him in stride that time. But excellent job, Niles Taylor, because otherwise he very well would have been off to the races.
Yeah, he had some green grass if he eludes Taylor's grass there, but good job on the tackle. First down, however, for the Vikings, and there's that pitch, and they've run that enough times. Those young guys are like, you know what, I'll catch on to that one.
Yes, indeed. Patrick in the backfield there.
More ball as well, 28.
Yes, indeed. Excellent job there. A lot of excitement from the young men there, and that's exactly what you want to see.
From the 40-yard line.
Nicely done there on the penetration. They've run that little what I call just tap. Quarterback just kind of taps it to the back coming through, and that time the Rocket defense really tightens up. Let's see who else we've got in the lineup. See Patrick, looks like Jackson Wynn in defensively. That's 78 over on the right side, I believe. Out of the gun here on second down. They go back to the ground, cutting it inside. Got some running room straight up the middle to the 40, and a touchdown saving tackle by Taylor as he was one step away from breaking it. Picks up his first down. That's number 2, Braxton Landers.
Senior is showing up on defense. Niles Taylor, number 23. He's doing an excellent job of showing up on defense. Have saved potentially 2 touchdowns thus far.
I thought he was gone, though.
He certainly had the space to be able to do so, and got tripped up by Taylor that time. He went and got him at the ankles.
We're almost halfway through this third quarter, of course, with the running clock. 42-0 Rockets. Man in motion. As a quick pass on the slant, caught. Good gain on first down, and there's Taylor again. He's making a name for himself here tonight.
He's flexing over there, T-Roy. Look at him, got them guns up.
Gain of about 6 on the pass play, but a good hard hit, and the receiver coming back to the huddle, limping a little bit as that was Butler again on the reception, but Taylor comes up and pops him hard.
That's exactly how you want to play it over there, Niles. Niles said, okay, you can put me in pass coverage. I'll try to cover him, but I'll tell you what, I will come up and I'll put a hammer on him.
Second down and 4 now. Deepest penetration of the night. Well, excuse me, they did get Fleming on that long play as they go back to the ground, and this time, once again, Rockets getting there. Let's see, 13 and 17. That's Paxton Howes, the junior, and Landon Groenveld, the senior, there on the stop. Loss on the play is high on the carry. It'll bring up now third down and 4 for the Vikings. Of course, this definitely 4-down territory here for Community.
And T-Roy, if you will help me out, Monreal, yes indeed, Monreal. Giovanni Monreal, number 45. He's in action on front line there.
Third and 4. Rockets creeping close to the line of scrimmage here. Barnett looking around. Pitch to the sideline, and this one is not going to pick up his first down. Marable was over there. Got some help from Kason Owen as well. It was Landers on the carry. It'll bring up now fourth down and about a yard and a half here for the Vikings. That near side of the field, Noble, he didn't have a lot of running room there as everybody was piled in over on that sideline.
Yes, indeed. Chris Rowenbar, He old school T-Roy. Quarterback had the option maybe to be able to keep it or pitch it, but Rowenbar was in the backfield quickly.
So fourth down here, and the young Rockets get a chance to stiffen. Give up the middle. First down as he will reach the 16. Once again, it's Landers on the carry. As they will move the sticks, will the Vikings, and the clock continues to move as we're under 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Rowenbar in on the tackle that time. That interior there, going to have to kind of stiffen up here is what they're going to ask them to do. They keep coming in right up the gut there. So linebackers will get a lot of action right off in there. Number 38, Patrick, heard often about him, and Marable.
Coach Bridges is going to be really happy if his second unit can stiffen here. Pitch coming right side, eluding tackles. Not a lot of gain on the play, but avoiding loss was the big thing. Little fella number 12, Davion High, on the carry. He should have lost about 3, ended up picking up about 3. So second down and 7.
Number 54, Nathan Belanger. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, T-Roy. Excellent job right on the sideline there, using that boundary there to his assistance.
The Vikings trying to get the play in. Barnett now back out on the field. Next week, another rivalry game for the Vikings as they'll take on Cascade here at home. For the Rockets, back at home for Forrest as they will take on new region foe Cannon County in front or right after that Forrest fish fry. A little slant. The catch is made, getting inside the 20 down to about the 15. And that's number 11 on the reception. We do not have his number in our program. Apologize for that. And they'll move the sticks here once again.
They ran that the same way they draw it up, T-Roy. They had it sealed off, had a little wall there, a lot of purple jerseys, and he followed his blocking to perfection. Marable, fortunately, able to bring him down, but after the first down was made.
Hey, if you're looking at this, fellas, this is a 10-minute drive.
It is, and I tell you what, this is what happens when your morale is low. If they're able to punch this in, watch the crowd get excited and watch the sideline get excited.
Give, trying to cut it outside, eluding one would-be tackle and not the second and the third. Taylor turned him outside. Groenveld got some help and was able to take Landers down, and Noble, being a running back, he should have cut that one inside, had much more room there.
He did. I tell you what, they'll be able to talk to him about it, but they're going to keep the first down, going to be half the distance. His neck kind of shifted a little bit, but he's a little young fella there. They'll have a conversation with him about his vision and being able to read the blocks. But I tell you what.
No, I was looking away. I missed the penalty. What was it?
At face, it's going to be face mask.
Okay.
Yes, and look at there. I apologize. They said it horse collar. They said it got him inside there. So I seen his neck kind of move a little bit over on the sideline. But I tell you what he also will be able to do is he'll be able to keep his eye for the cut back and be able to see that you don't always have to stretch it wide and use your speed.
They work from the gun. There's that little toss again, and nothing doing there. Good penetration. Once again, it was that Rohrball who got in. No, that was Vanderploeg who got in.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you. Teagan, pronounce his last name one more time.
Vanderploeg,
yes,
I
indeed.
think, and I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to check. We'll brush that one up if we've missed it.
I tell you what, if I was him, I would want you to get my name correct, but I just want you to be able to call my name. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 160-pound senior, and then number 35.
You know us though. We want to do it right.
We want to do it right, but I know young men make a great play. He want his name to be called, but he certainly wanted to be called correctly.
Now that'll do it for your third quarter of action. Community will be threatening as we begin the fourth quarter after this.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Joseph Fowler and his outstanding staff are dedicated to providing the most effective, clinically superior physical therapy humanly possible. They make it easy to get back in the game by accepting most insurances, including Medicare. They specialize in total joint replacement rehab and orthopedic conditioning. They'll help get your range of motion, flexibility, and your strength back. They even assist in dizziness and balance disorders. Get yourself back in the game at Benchmark Physical Therapy, 4654 Nashville Highway. Chapel Hill Family Dentistry has been serving the oral care needs of Chapel Hill and the surrounding area since 2006. They're a general and cosmetic dental practice dedicated to improving your smile and the overall oral health of you and your entire family. Their goal was to provide superior quality health care in a comfortable environment. Call and schedule your appointment today at 364-4557. That's Dr. William Bell and the Chapel Hill Dentistry staff, proud supporters of the Forrest Rockets.
Welcome back. We got a chuckle at the break here. Is we've got a great resource to our right here that we weren't using fully. Peter's like, taps me on the shoulder. He said, Vanderploeg. So I'm like, why did we not think of that before? We are very appreciative. We can't brag on them enough. Peter Wilson, his second year with us, and he just runs the board just wonderfully. We can't brag on him enough. Miss Caden Anderson has come in and picked up very well in her filming duties, and we're happy to have our students helping us out.
Resourceful, yes indeed. And I'll tell you what, students is a good word. Both of these, they got 2 honor courses, T-Roy, so student is a great word. But they on Friday nights, you exactly know where you can find them, TC Sports 1, but these are students here.
Vikings trying to get on the board. They go reverse here, getting to the corner, to the 10, and into the end zone. Nicely done on the little double reverse there as Isaac Jacobs will squeeze it into the end zone. And the Vikings on the board for the first time tonight. 42-6 with an all-important 2-point conversion here. If you make it, you stop the bleeding for a minute and the clock stops. But if you don't, the clock keeps on running.
And I'll tell you what, it was blocked beautifully, showed a burst of speed. Talk about acceleration. You talked about it in the first half for the Rockets, a little acceleration there, kicked into another gear.
Hey, I'm thinking, you remember back in the old days, there were some games. There was a minor league baseball game that went on for like 20-something innings. And if you stayed to the end, they gave you, I forgot what it was. It's been a long time ago. I forget. As they throw it into the end zone, and it is caught. 2-point conversion is good as Jacobs will ring it in. And we'll keep it here as they gave you something. If you sat through that whole thing, and I think it took like over the portion of 2 days to finish it. So if you're still out there and you've been there the whole time with us, is there a prize that we're going to give away for next week?
I don't know, but I based upon you talking about the course of 2 days and sitting through that, they were deserving of that. But I'll tell you what, here's the beautiful thing about staying tuned in to TC Sports 1. If you have a grandchild, if you have a nephew, if they get into this contest, you know that TC Sports 1 will call their name. That's the luxury of being able to stay tuned in.
Well, that's why Ricky and Nova are great at what they do. They are going to make sure that while I'm watching the ball, they're going to be watching that line of scrimmage and making sure that we get everybody we can recognized here. And, of course, we appreciate you tuning in each and every week. We continue to be just astounded at the numbers that we're getting each and every week. We appreciate, again, our sponsors. We couldn't do it without them, and we've had a great response from them. And and just continue to have them come back year after year, and we certainly appreciate that and want to make sure we put out a good product for them. And Ricky, we've had a good laugh here tonight. We got here about 4 o'clock because we know it's really tricky to get reception here. And about we got on about 6:15, and we've been blessed, I think, to have pretty good reception throughout here. So we're very grateful that we were blessed to be able to get on here tonight and bring you this contest, as Bryce Tankersley, the senior, will cover that one, and the Rockets will get it back.
Yes, indeed, using them ball hawking skills there, T-Roy, and securing the onside kick that time. Bryce Tankersley.
The good hands team taking advantage there, as now we see the Rocket offense for the first time here in the second half.
As you said, first time in the second half, touching the ball in the fourth quarter.
Cantrell back in the game at quarterback. Turn, give, first man through. Patrick to the midfield stripe. 45-40, stays on his feet, eludes a couple of tackles, and he gets into Viking territory, finally brought down at about the 33-yard line. 38-yard gain there for Patrick.
Up front blocking, doing an excellent job of that. Number 51, Connor Crawford, and number 78, Jackson Wynn.
So the Rockets says, you know what? We're going to answer right back here. Nicely blocked, and nice job of running the football by Patrick. He's back there in the backfield again behind Cantrell. Turn, or check that. Cantrell out of the contest. He was in that last play, but let's see who that is.
Aiden Beard.
Okay, Beard in at quarterback. The freshman with the carry there. Loss on the play of about 5. Second down and 15 now as we approach the 10-minute mark.
Number 21, Chandler Snap. Yes, indeed. Just left out the contest. He was in on that previous play.
Single coverage over here on the right side. They'll turn in hand. Patrick rumbling forward across the 30, stays on his feet, and he'll be taken down at about the 27, 28-yard line. Good gain there, as it'll set up a more manageable third down. We'll call it third down at about 6. As you've seen a stable of backs here tonight, no matter who they've sent in, they've run the football hard and ran it well.
They certainly have, T-Roy. Kason Owen, number 14, in on offense now, and number 54, going to try it one more time, Nathan Bellinger.
Under center. Get in tight. Give. Tincher outside. Cuts it now. Races to the corner. Turns it, and he will get into the end zone. Nicely done with a burst of speed. Jacob Tincher, the freshman, turns the corner, eludes the tackler, and there's another one of those young guys that you remember his name, folks. They've got a great group of freshmen, and they're beginning to get their feet wet as Tincher will take it home, and let's watch it again.
Excellent job. You're going to see a big hole, and I want you to see him, his eyes, his vision. Watch him look upfield and find a way to pop it outside.
Good job right here, and watch when he got to the corner. Nice cut and a good burst as Tincher will take it to the house. Point after try is in the air, and G-Square hammers it home, doing what he does best. And with 9:13 left here in the fourth quarter, it is now 49-8 Rockets.
There's always something new to try at Brooks Grocery. Sure, they've got all your everyday needs, the best meat department anywhere, and quality boar's head meats in the deli. But they've also got a great hot bar with a wide selection of steaming hot favorites, and they even have a selection of sushi. They sprinkle in brand new offerings and Brooks favorites like Jack's Trail Mix and a huge selection of tasty candies. All this with that special hometown touch. Find your next favorite food at Brooks Grocery.
Are you tired of wrestling with your yard? High grass, weeds, and no time got you down for the count? Make your yard look like a champ with the Ric Flair of lawn care, Mr. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control. He'll have your yard styling and profiling with fresh cut grass and new landscaping. He's a grass mowing, plant growing, forest pride showing son of a gun. If you want your yard to be the best, you got to call the best. Tate Garvin at Garvin's Ground Control, 931-703-7997. Woo!
And welcome back, as we just got to hear from Garvin's Ground Control. That's one of the commercials that we really had fun doing. Tate, of course, a former Rocket, and doing a great job out in the community. Yeah, he is a hard-working young man. Rockets working hard here tonight. 49-8 they lead it, as they're going to move to 2-1 on the season, and a big one next week as it'll be Cannon County rolling into Chapel Hill to take on the Rockets. G squared set to put it in the air again. This one on the way, and it'll be taken at the 1. Center of the field, 10. Looking for the sideline, 15 on a nice move. Now reversing field and taken down. And Nova, let's see who that was on the special teams play.
Yes, indeed. That is number 20.
Flag on the return.
23? Is that 23?
No, sir. No, sir.
Is that Taylor?
Couldn't quite get the back end of that. He was a little excited there. I'm still watching him on the sideline. He's going to give me an opportunity, I believe, here in a second to see.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. That is Taylor. Niles Taylor.
Nicely done. He's made a name. We've called his name a lot tonight.
We have called his name quite a bit, and I apologize now for not recognizing. Yes, indeed.
So back to a running clock now. Fellas, we've been blessed with some beautiful weather here tonight. This has been, you couldn't have ordered it any better. Nice little breeze here, as we've had a chance up on top of the press boxes to spread out a little bit, get a really nice view of the game.
And occasionally hear a little good music, and then sometimes a little too loud.
Yeah, we got the speaker right in front of us. There's that little toss, and there is Patrick. Oh, my goodness. Ball comes free. Are they going to say he's down? It was almost a safety.
Yeah, he made initial contact right at the 1 yard line, so they're gonna give him his forward progress at the 1 yard line. But again,
that's a beast, man. Patrick has been showing out tonight.
I have tried my best to communicate it to you as best I can from a visual standpoint. He is staying low and he's shooting out of them shoots, T-Roy, and he's getting underneath his blocker.
Nicely done, all the way back at the shadow of the goal line. Let's see who else we've got in here. I got Damian Street in.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see who else we've got in here for the Rockets.
Hayden Bowman, number 53. There's a drop back pass, T-Roy.
And again, good pursuit by the Rockets over here. Not a lot happening. Let's see. Trying to see who else is in the contest that maybe we hadn't called their name. Kane Franklin, 75 in the contest.
79, Brandon Kidd on the front line there.
73, Will Medley, also in the contest. So young guys getting to work out here tonight. A lot of freshmen and sophomores here. Get some time. 3rd and 15 now for the Vikings from his own end zone. Barnett rolls, looking, got some heat, eludes the would-be tackler, slings it out on the sideline. It's caught, and then knocked out of bounds. We're going to get 15 more here.
The would-be tackler, Charles Armstrong, number 40, a sophomore in the backfield, flushing him out of the pocket.
11 made the reception, and I apologize. We just don't have him on our roster. He heads up the sideline. I think he got a foot on the sideline. He was about to go out, and he absolutely got pummeled over there. It's going to be 15 more, but whoever that was for the Rockets, they came to make a name for themselves.
They did. At the cornerback spots, T-Roy, number 21, Chandler Snap, as well as number 10, also playing quarterback on offense, Aiton Beard playing at the far right corner.
So after the late hit, and that's a tough one for a defender, as you're right there. I thought he was still in bounds, but you could tell maybe he checked up there at the end, and for a defender, it's kind of hard to throw the brakes on. So it'll cost them extra yardage there out to the 22-yard line for the Vikings. Approaching the 5-minute mark, as back to the ground they go. Off the right side, that's number 2, Braxton Landers, and he's got a lot of carries here in the second half for the Vikings. Pickup of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 now for the Vikings.
And on the tackle that time, Chandler Snap, number 21. Also in the game, T-Roy, number 26, Sean David. He's a freshman. And number 61, Carter Young. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, that's 5 carries for 34 yards for Mr. Landers.
Looks like 27 Anthony Sticka in the game, a sophomore as well. Trying to get everybody mentioned here as they snap high again. That slant incomplete. So it'll bring up now 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings.
Excellent pressure put on the pass at that time. Number 57, Jackson Blakemore.
Man, I'm not sure looking down below us, it's weren't a whole lot of folks to begin with. I'm not sure they got enough. If somebody tried to start a wave, they could keep it going right now.
I tell you what, though, even though there's not a lot of folks here, I haven't seen very many leave. So
if you didn't make it, you can't leave.
Hey, well,
now, if you looked on the other side over there, the Rocket fans are still here. They're waiting it out. They came in droves to begin with. They're all still here. Firing pass incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended target there. It'll bring up 4th down.
He allowed the ball to hit him right in his chest, T-Roy, rather than catch it with his hands. But there's been quite a few passes that they have dropped here this evening.
Yeah. 4th down now for the Vikings as we approach the 3-minute mark.
Griffin Stott, T-Roy, I think number 67 just went out of the game.
Let's see, we got, is it Brandon London, 80 in the contest as well? Or Braven London. I'm having a hard time seeing up here. Yeah, Braven London. Another freshman in the contest, number 80. 42, A.J. Register, another freshman in the contest. As everybody get a little time tonight on 4th down, they'll air it out down the field, pass incomplete. As that was intended for 34, Percy Wilson. Falls incomplete, and the Rockets will take over on downs. As they'll just run this one out, 2:35 left in the contest.
Playing the cover corner that time, T-Roy. A.J. Register? Yes, indeed. He's a freshman.
5'5" freshman. As the Rockets take care of business here tonight, they'll move to 2-1, come back home for a couple in a row, and fellas, 2 games that I think they're going to be favored in. Looking at 4-1 maybe after homecoming, and then you see what happens.
Look at that. Little
Cascade, Gordonsville still remain on that schedule. You still got Moore County, Fayetteville City, and Marion County as well, but you get enough W's in the belt, get a little confidence. Who knows? Beard with the keeper right up the gut. And he may get a little bit more. Yeah, they will. They'll put the horse collar on this one as well.
He got up with a little swagger there, T-Roy.
He did.
Look at him. He got a little swag. Look at him.
He's like, man, see me. I am right in the middle of the field eluding people left and right, and finally got taken down with the horse collar. They'll tack a few more on, and the Rockets will just line up and have that favorite play that you see in football, the victory formation for them, and they'll move to 2-1 on the season.
If I'm Beard, I certainly would have liked to have gotten that touchdown.
Yeah, you know those guys, it's hard because the coaches are like, in a way, you're like, okay, we don't want to rub this in and score anymore, but you want to see these guys have some fight, as Beard did there. They're trying to put it in. And this one just kind of ends up being a pile at the line of scrimmages.
I'm not necessarily 100% certain they wasn't going to try to run a little quarterback sneak that
I think they got excited there for a second and then thought, oh, wait a minute.
I tell you what happened, if I'm not mistaken. The line had already gone forward, and the quarterback kind of just was getting the exchange there that time. And he didn't necessarily get the luxury of that push and being able to follow that big lineman off in there.
Folks, once again, we do want to remind you before we go, we'll have a little short wrap-up here as this will be the final kneel down. 2 big events coming up. The Forrest Fish Fry, that is a fundraiser for the Rocket Band of Blue. That comes up next Friday from 5 until 7, sponsored by Apex Bank. As the Rockets take that final knee, and they'll take it to the house with a 49-8 win. Also next weekend on Sunday, the 10th, it is the Duck River Valley Cornhole Tournament. That for the benefit of Micah McClendon. That'll be held 1445 Old Highway 99 in Chapel Hill. You can register at First Commerce Bank. Teams are $100. Contact David Delt, 993-1671. Donations appreciated. They've got sponsorships available. And, again, 100% of the proceeds go directly to the Micah McClendon Trust Fund. A lot of fun to be had. NFL live stream, live DJ, concessions will be available. Bring a chair and or tent, BYOB as well. All the proceeds benefiting Micah McClendon, once again, Duck River Valley Cornhole Tournament. That taking place Sunday, September the 10th. Again, the Forrest Fish Fry, sponsored by Apex Bank. $12 for your ticket. Get them there at Apex this week, as that will take place on Friday. We'll take a break with your final. Forrest moving to 2-1 with a 49-8 win.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. I'm just great.
Rain's moving in.
Oh, yeah? You can tell by the clouds?
No.
Red moon tonight. Dew is damaged. You feel it in your joints? The flies are bad. Cow's tipped over.
No. Nope. No. No.
The wind.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
How do you know it's gonna rain then?
Weather app. Free download. It's worth it.
See your local agent, Scott Bond and Troy Cashin. At Apex Bank, being involved in the community is our top priority. The staff in Chapel Hill takes pride in supporting local businesses and students, from delivering Meals on Wheels and donating fish fry proceeds to giving tractor pull time and sponsoring the Rocketeer School Bank. Apex Bank is here for Chapel Hill. Come visit our location at 118 South Horton Parkway. We've got snacks and coffee, and we'd love to talk to you. Or give us a call at 931-246-7105. That's Apex Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
I'm trying to find out.
Hometown banking is having decisions made by a bank right here in your town, not in another city, county, or even state. It's neighbors and friends who know your name and take time to greet you when you walk in. It's modern technologies such as online banking and mobile check deposits, while still being able to talk to a friendly voice for any of your banking needs. Come visit us at 4641 Nashville Highway or call us at 931-364-7888. First Commerce Bank, your first choice in hometown banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop in and visit Mac Equipment, your largest Exmark and Cub Cadet dealer in the state of Tennessee. Locally owned and operated in the heart of Chapel Hill at 109 North Horton Parkway, next to Southern Roots Hair Salon. Mac Equipment offers parts, sales, service, and rental. Their factory-certified technicians also service multiple brands of outdoor power equipment, making this a perfect stop for your future equipment repairs. Don't forget to visit our two other locations in Murfreesboro and Lewisburg. That's Mac Equipment.
And welcome back. Forrest taking care of business here in Unionville with a 49-8 win over Community. Drops the Vikings to 0-3 on the season. Rockets improved to 2-1. Mr. Ricky Sweeney with our final stat pack of the night.
All right, thank you, Troy. Rockets rushed it 30 times tonight, 359 yards on the ground. Cantrell passing 3 of 7, same as that's his first half stats. 3 of 7, 20 yards. Total offense 379. Community 29 rushes for 75 yards. Barnett was set 9 of 21 passing tonight for 110 yards. Total offense for your Community Vikings 185. Rockets going to win it here tonight, 49-8. Liam Bell 7 carries for 66, 2 touchdowns. Jason Patrick 2 carries for 37. Eli Bell 5 for 101 and a touchdown. Fletcher Fields 5 for 38 and a touchdown. Aiden Beard, number 10, get in there, Mr. Quarterback, Mr. Backup Quarterback, 4 carries for 9 yards. Cohen Grissom, 1 carry for 6. Gavin Grissom, G-squared, 2 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown. Antonio Marable, 2 carries, 44 yards. Jacob Tincher, this guy's going to be good.
He's good.
2 carries, 35 yards, and a touchdown. And leading rusher for Community, Braxton Landers. I like that, number 2. 5 carries for 34. Jacobs, 6 carries for 26. Fleming, 8 carries for 16. And the Rockets are going to win here tonight, 49-8.
Folks, thank you for tuning in. Next week, of course, we'll be back at home for his fish fry beginning at 5 o'clock to kick off next Friday night. If you haven't got your tickets, drop by Apex Bank, $12. All proceeds go to benefit the Rocket Band of Blue. We'll have the game for you on Friday. Then, of course, on Sunday, don't forget about the Duck River Cornhole Tournament. Get your team entered. You can do that by stopping by First Commerce Bank. All proceeds there benefiting Micah McClendon. That'll put a wrap on it here from Unionville. Once again, your final here tonight. The Rockets 49 and Community 8. Until next time, for Mr. Ricky Sweeney, Noble Mays, Peter Wilson, and Miss Caden Anderson, this is Troy Cashin. Have yourselves a great night, everyone. You've been watching Rocket Football on TC Sports 1.